Hey guys, I think my music's a bit loud, isn't it? I don't know. It's weird because I've got a delay on some stuff. It's strange, but if my music's too loud, let me know. I think I might turn it down because these headphones make it very difficult to tell if things are too loud for you guys or not, because it's louder for me than it is for you. It's very strange. But anyway, I think there's quite a delay. Is there? No, there's not. Oh, good. It's just being a pain in the ass. Tiny bit, maybe. Okay, let me just have a look, because it is quite loud for me. There we go. I had a bit of a technical difficulty because I've had a few issues recently with my laptop. When live stream, it just kind of does this weird thing, and it did it again beforehand. So this is my first time doing a chat one like this. Usually I game when I do a live stream, like I do on Twitch, and when I've done it on here as well. And it's very strange. And I've also got my OBS up in front of me, so it's very strange. It's kind of loud. Okay, how is it now? Hang on, let me see if I can hear what you guys hear compared to me. Okay, I think I'll still turn it down a bit. Okay. Again, it's really weird hearing it with these headphones, because these are they got this whole I don't know if I can lift it up high enough. Well, that was fucking weird. Like a little game DAC thing, so it's got a volume knob on there as well as on the laptop, so it kind of makes things a bit louder for me. But if it's too quiet, it's good. Cool. This is weird. I don't usually have 4 people in straight away. Okay, I'm going to switch over because I can hear myself, and I do not like it. I hate the sound of my own voice. I can hear myself now, but it's a lot better than that. Wow. Okay. This is weird. This is my first time doing it, so apologies if this is a bit all over the place, just doing a chat stream. Even if we know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. We're talking about Our Flag Means Death. There's a lot to talk about, but obviously, like I said in my community post about thinking about it, we're going to be all respectful of different opinions and things like that. So, if anybody's... Well, yes, we need to talk it through as a crew, Rain. Yes. Brilliant idea. That's a perfect thing to say. We need to talk it through as a crew. Which means nice, respectful, different opinions. If people liked what you didn't like, that's okay. If people hated what you liked, that's okay too. Because it's I've seen some people online, they've got a big my opinions on some things have changed. There are a lot of emotions. Yes, Ferdale. Sorry. It's I need to wish I could change the font size on my chat for this one. It's really weird. But apologies also if you can hear my daughter. She's usually asleep by now, but she's being a little shit, and I've got her monitor here. But I've seen some people taking things a bit too far. It is nice to be open with the discussion. Yeah, it's really nice because if somebody dislikes what you liked, it's okay. I think in the moment of watching it, I was very angry at the time. There's still a lot of stuff I didn't like, but I've calmed down in my opinion, and I think I can see potential how they could do it. I would take ridiculousness, because this show's ridiculous in some ways. I don't mind a bit of a ridiculous and magic and all that sort of stuff. But there's people online, they've taken it a bit too far, with how they've been with David Jenkins and stuff like that. There's taking it too far. It's you cannot like what's been written with a character. You don't attack somebody over it, you know? It does go too far, so it's nice to be open and talk about it, because I've watched other people's reactions. I've talked about it with people online. Oh, I did too. It was the most difficult edit I've had to do so far. It was so difficult for me to edit. I was... Oh, well, you guys saw my reaction if you did. I hope so. But, yeah, I quite a little bit of crying. I didn't realise I sobbed. And I'm not ashamed to say I sobbed. I shouldn't be ashamed to say I sobbed. You guys saw it. It's horrible. I personally, now I've looking at it, to me, my issues with the program, because or with that episode, or rather the last part of it, to me, especially considering what I've seen from the Vanity Fair article, that interview that David Jenkins did, and the fact that his, like, one bit about Izzy, because we're going to talk spoilers here, it's in the title. Yes! Or not zombie Izzy, just a resurrection spell, you know? Just bring him back. But I saw the Vanity Fair article, and there's a bit when he talks about what happened with Izzy, and it contradicts previous stuff he said. So I feel like maybe the studio, because they already forced them to put it down to 8 episodes, made them move it over to New Zealand, which was gorgeous. I love the shots, great crew, I love the additions we had. But I feel like maybe the studio condensing it so much. It was really, yes. Don't get me started on that. Like, I can see a brother figure, but father figure? Okay, brother figure, mentor. Maybe he meant mentor, but father figure? No. But I do feel like it may be, looking at it now, maybe it was a studio forcing it to be condensed. It was really weird, that interview. That interview was so weird. I do feel like he was not making sense, because he said before how much he loves Con, how much he loves Izzy and stuff like that. But talking about, I get some of the stuff that other people are saying that I like might not agree with it, but I get it. But it's just that interview just made it really weird, and to me it makes it feel like it wasn't his choice and they were made to do it that way, which is why some of it, yeah, Ed would need to respect him, like I think he does, but Ed's got his own issues that obviously haven't been, like, shown and stuff like that. He didn't really, and like he was saying, like, bit with the death scene that I did like was how Izzy was talking about how he needed Ed, which I do think like he kind of needed him, and how he pushed him, and how he talked about they were both Blackbird. So there's little elements of that I liked, but it was just the fact that it was a random shot from, you could tell. It really did feel so condensed. I feel so sorry for the cast, the crew, and the production company. I can't imagine how Con would feel. I can only imagine what he would feel. Yeah, Izzy literally said in that, was it? No, it was the previous episode, because it was after Ed had left him. He literally said, do you know what he said when I shot him? Or do you know what he did when not when I shot him, sorry, I'm trying, thinking of so many things, my words are stumbling. Do you know what he said when I told him I loved, or what he did when I told him I loved him? He shot me in the leg. Izzy's love for Ed was not father-son. It was not even in the slightest father-son. In my opinion, anyway, and I know obviously a lot of you guys share it, and other people share it too. If other people see it as that, okay, people can interpret media different ways. But it's the fact that he said, we've seen that Izzy's love for Ed is not fatherly. It's definitely romantic, like you said, Ferdale. It's definitely romantic. So that was really weird. So the fact that he said that is very strange. And it doesn't go with what he maybe is. I feel like in that scene, great performance from Con, obviously. Taika did well. But I feel like it wasn't Ed did never apologize. Like, he did. He was definitely a mentor. He was apparently, Izzy's a father figure to Ed. And they didn't see anything more for Izzy's character. But, like, Izzy needed Ed, and when Ed didn't need Izzy anymore, there was no need for Izzy. But we've just spent the whole season developing Izzy's character to prove that he didn't need Ed. He had a family, and he didn't need him. So to me, that it really did say, like, it was such a bizarre interview. To me, it really did feel like he was forced to do stuff, And he doesn't like what he was forced to do, so he's just making up complete bullshit to try and cover up, you know? It felt completely weird. Is that when I misinterpreted his character, since at the end he was not a romantic lead? It was almost like he was unsexed, which I hate when it happens. I get what you mean, yeah. But in that scene, the crew showed no barely any cry. Like, obviously Steed was a bit emotional. Fang, who's known Izzy for at least 20 years, because I believe that's how long Ed had known him, so I'm assuming it's the same for Izzy. Fang wasn't crying, and speaking of Fang was sat down over Ed's shoulder, and then he was stood up behind Olu, and then he was sat down again. The editing issues were just a very weird thing. But it's just so, I'm not angry at David Jenkins. I'm really not. Because, again, that might have been if that's what he intended, that's what he intended. But yeah, studios prime example, Firefly airing it out of order. Because they didn't, it's just like, what? No. Exactly. Like, Steak Knife died, and Ed was more emotional then. Okay, Steed was very heightened emotion then. He was a bit drunk as well and stuff like that. So I can kind of get him being emotional with somebody new. Yes, Bumblebee. Or Bumblebee, I'm going to say that because it makes sense. But he stopped when he was shot. And, okay, he wasn't completely in focus, but he didn't look that emotional. Jim looked a bit. They had a bit of emotion on their face, but nobody else cared. And, like, they said, or Izzy said, they love you, Ed. Firefly was amazing. He said, they love you. You mean the people that Ed traumatized, probably gave PTSD to, tortured probably, but apparently they love him. They might grow to love him. He's still got a lot of shit to make up for. But I think I was kind of hoping they would go against the grain. It's not bury a gays trope, obviously, because obviously there's a lot of gay characters on the show, but it's older gay character discovering himself later in life, realizing himself. Oh, I've got the whole Firefly, all of it. But I do feel like it's necessary because, like, we just spent the whole season proving he didn't need Ed. He could have continued on. Yeah, there was no... We had the little bit with Lucius pushing him over. But that was like, okay, he seems to be fine now. I don't get it. But it was just so weird. I get being mad at him. I kind of, like, I guess there's still some of that there, but I'm not going to take it out on him. He was doing his job. Exactly. I don't think they'll stay at the inn. Like, I think maybe they put buttons landing on Izzy's grave, which I'm going to get to. He had buttons landing on Izzy's grave, like going, look, he could come back. Maybe there was another spell on the scroll that Auntie gave him. I feel like they had buttons land there for a reason, to tease us. I can imagine it was a big shock for the crew, because to me, in that death scene, and also in the grave scene, it seemed like, to me, personally, the cast were pissed. They looked pissed. Or at least they weren't trying as much, if you know what I mean. They weren't, like, putting as much into it as if they weren't, you know? Like, they just... It feels kind of... Exactly! He abused Izzy, and yeah, okay, he was, like, having his issues. We don't know what mental health conditions Ed's meant to have, and stuff like that, which is fair enough. There's only so much you can carry in even 10 episodes. But, it's just... They spent the whole season saying that he didn't need him. He didn't need Ed, but no, he's got to die for his character development. Izzy should have stayed on as captain. And speaking of the grave scene, the leg became the fake leg, which was one of my favorite. That whole stuff with the leg and then making it for him is amazing. Of course, in the thing where they're not suited. Exactly. They're not suited to do it. It was just a dream, a pipe dream. They're still discovering what they want and what they want to be. I don't think they might ever know. To me, if they do bring Izzy back, but to be honest, I would kind of take ridiculous with that. Because Izzy became my favourite TV. He was my favourite character on the show, and he became my favourite TV character ever. Now, I was burned emotionally by my favourite film character of all time dying. I'm not going to say what it is, what film it is, but I'll say the film. It's in the Kingsman series, if you know what I mean. And there was test audiences where the character survived. The test audiences went, no, that lessened the emotional impact, so they took him out. Like, apparently he crawled into a dog door or something like that. It was weird. But I would have taken ridiculousness to keep the character. He was exploring Ed's change. Yes, he was. And I think if Ed had, gotten help, learned himself, he would have helped Izzy too, and they would have become good friends. And the leg thing meant so much to me. Like, it became something Izzy was proud of. If you can't tell, I go off on tangents and get distracted. Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about. It's just the way my brain works. But the leg became something he was proud of. He should have been buried with that leg. He should have been buried with the cravat, with his ring, which apparently was representing Con's mum. Or it was in tribute to Con's mum, who apparently, I think, passed away just before season 2 started filming, which I really like. I think it was season 2 or season 1. But he should have been buried with those. And the biggest thing, I know Ed probably wanted him near, is he was a sailor. He was at sea. He should have been buried at sea. If he was going to stay dead, he should have been buried at sea. It's what he deserved. Yeah, exactly. He's never taken that ring off from around his cravat. He never took it off. It obviously meant something to the character. I get, with the bury thing, he should have been buried at sea. If he was gonna stay dead, bury him at sea, because he's literally got, I believe Ed's got one as well, but this the tattoo on his neck, the bird tattoo, I think it's a swallow. I think you get it when the sailors get it when there's, I think it's 50,000? I think it's 50,000 knots, or something at sea. So it represents that. So the fact that he's had that, he's spent so much time at sea, he should have been buried at sea. But the ring thing is so sad, especially when you know what the ring meant to Con as well. Exactly. Make him a merman. It really does support the buttons theory, I think. It really does. Because he landed there, he could have literally appeared, was in the background, or appeared nearby when all the rest of the crew were doing their stuff, which they did not seem upset at all at the grave. None of the crew he apparently put himself in between Ed and the crew. None of them, not Jim, no one seemed upset. And even Roach sweared at it. It was what? No. Ugh. Hope he goes over to see it and demands to know why it took his leg. Yes. I think he should. It's I love, there was so much progression and development for Izzy. It was, get bored and leave the cabin. Oh God, don't say that, MJ. Do not. I don't want, I don't think they'll stay. Something will go wrong. And they will have to leave. Maybe they'll hear the crew's in danger and they need to leave and help. But they can't leave Izzy alone. That's why he should have been buried at sea. Because they're obviously not going to stay there. They can't leave him there. They can't. It's just wrong. It's so wrong. But I started saying earlier before I got majorly sidetracked, he spent all this it's not bury the gays trope, but it's the trope of the older man discovering himself in life, stuff like that. and that's not really a trope, but it's kind of like the representation, and there's a disabled gay character, a disabled character on there, and learning to come with that. But I also, I'd be very good. Like, I don't, if they leave Izzy and Izzy's not been resurrected, I will be pissed. Unless they leave and then Buttons resurrects him and then Izzy saves the day and surprises them. That might work. But if they just leave him there and his grave's just there, no. But it's not really a trope, but it's such a plot device that's been so overused. It's give a character previously like villain-ish redemption arc, make them completely loved, kill them off. It's just, no. Would be Seed still captain and Ed hanging in his ship. That could work. Yeah, like he could help. He could just be a member of the crew. Ed could be just a member of the crew. He doesn't need to be... Okay, I need to update that Discord link, I think. By the way, that does come up. I need to update that because... One, I haven't done it in frickin' ages. And also Discord, I've got the thing, because I'm not a community server. Every 30 days you've got to update the links. It's complete bullshit. Sorry, I've just noticed it come up. I've not... It's just... So many thoughts. And I don't usually get to talk. Oh, no. Like, I can see maybe... I hope they completely disregard history. Completely disregard what actually happened in history, because they've already changed history. But having Zheng Yi Sao, I'm trying to get the name right. She, in history, appeared 100 years after Blackbeard and Seed, so they've already twisted history already. Technically, by having Ezzy die before Blackbeard, they've twisted history as well. So they can twist it again and have them come back. Dreams, and so floating restaurant, that'd be cool. They could be in charge of the new Republic of Pirates. We don't have to follow history. Killing Izzy after all he went through since yes. Like, I get you can't keep everyone. You got to kill somebody ever so often. I get that, I guess, because otherwise it's like those characters are indestructible. Like Blackbeard survived a cannonball to the head type thing. They got to kill somebody ever so often. Yeah, exactly. History doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. Because Zheng Yi Sao... Yeah, they didn't. Archie, I gotta say, like, we got the bits with Archie and Jim and Olu. Archie had little bits, but to me, personally, I like the character. The actress was great. Didn't have much character development. But then again, hi, Bridget, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. But there was so much cast just like squished out. So much of the crew had nothing to do. We had Black Pete, had some bits with Lucius, which is great. Obviously, I'm going to get on to the wedding in a minute. That's tied to the Izzy stuff. Frenchie-ish had some bit at the beginning with the talking about the box. So I'd like he should have survived that. Yes. I thought it was going to hit the same spot that Steed got stabbed in, and also where the organs are. Because, like, I swear he got shot on the... He was holding, like, the left side of his abdomen, but then the bullet was, like, there. But, like... We sidelined the Swede for most of the season. Roach had tiny bits to do with, like, the peanuts in that. Wee John, apart from the drag show, which Christian looked incredible. I'm so glad he got to do his drag on the show. Apart from that, no Wee John. Like, in the finale, Wee John wasn't... He literally... Oh, I think all we saw of Wee John in the finale was the wedding. That was it. I think he might have been at Izzy's grave at the funeral, but that's it. Buttons left, yeah. I really feel like they cut the budget down because they moved him over, so like tax reasons and shit like that. I'm going to turn my volume up a bit because this music's gone quiet. But Zane had a lot, like, there's so much potential. Like, maybe if they're going to do, like, season 3, and that's what they had, that maybe season 3 could be the end of Steed and Blackbeard's story. And then the rest of the crew could go off, you know? We could have a spin-off or something like that. There's so much story potential. But I really feel like that all the big issues of the season, production-wise, story-wise, and stuff like that, I really do... If Con's expensive, isn't Taika Reese? You would think Taika and Reese would be more expensive, but then again, they're Steed and Blackbeard. You can't get rid of them. And plus, Taika's part of the production. I hope we get... That's one thing I do like. Jackie's on the ship. We got Jackie on Swede on the ship. I like that. But it's just I think it was all studio side of things. The cutting the budget, moving the production, cutting the amount of episodes. Writer. Ooh. Oh, god damn it. My other half's ringing me. Not now. I told him I was about to start. Sorry. That was half an hour ago because I wanted to talk to him about the problems. But it's just, I haven't seen him update his profile. I'm always looking because I love how he supports the fans. Like, I don't think he would like seeing the fans attacking David, which is wrong. If you want to get angry at people, get angry at the studio. Because one, not paying their writers or their cast. So if they're saying Con's too expensive, that's weird. But they need to pay people properly. And also not squish the life out of a show that they now say it's true. I think it was MCM Expo, because I'm in the UK. I watched through a VPN on HBO Max. I don't do the illegal stuff. But I wanted to go to MCM Expo when they were there. And like, oh, I'm so annoyed. There's another MCM Expo happening at the moment, and oh my god, and HBO and Max and that is absolutely at fault. It's just the amount of pressure they put on the crew from behind the scenes is crazy. But we've got Reese is there in London, Vico is there, and Samson's there too. That would be such an amazing trio to meet. But I wish I'd gone to the one that had Con, Nathan, and Christian. I really want to meet Con. Because he's absolutely amazing. He's amazing for his fans. Oh, it's not... Yeah, the writer's not being paid properly. Pressure from the studio to do what they want to do. I feel like there was the studio pressed too much input into it. And it's just not right. It wasn't fair. So I'm getting sound coming from my thing. I'm just double checking. Okay, I'm going to shut that window down because that's a pain in the ass. The cast are amazing and they all love it. I think now looking at because obviously we've seen the finale now. Looking at the recent, I think, was it New York Comic Con? New York City Comic Con, I think, or New York Comic Con. I can't ever remember what the actual, the things are. But the amount of hugs that Vico was giving Con. I feel so sorry for Con because, I think Vico's so affectionate. I love Vico. They're absolutely... the cast were fantastic this season with what they were given. Con did amazing. But then again, if you've watched my reactions, you know I love Con. I absolutely fucking love him. But his speech to Ricky was incredible. So well acted. And I've said it before. Give Con all the awards. Give him all the awards. And, Max has been really stupid about the whole thing. I mean, look at how much pressure it took to get them to even... Yes. Oh, my God. Renew it and fix it. But, if you don't like what happened with the thing... I'm not attacking people that do like it, because I know there's some people that thought it was done beautifully. They love the finale. And I've had people comment they love the finale, which is... Now I'm out of it. I'm okay with, people can love it. The casts are amazing. Oh, God, the fan interaction is amazing. He really does. He shares so much fan art. It's beautiful. The cast, all the cast, Samba, everybody are amazing. They're so nice. And I just really want to meet them, you know? They're just so sweet. They're such an incredible cast. And they're just like, I hope we get a season 3 somehow. Yeah, I'm so grateful that there are, like, people that loved it. They're not, like, being like, you're so stupid for not like, why can't you like this? Yada, yada, yada. You get that with every show, that people are so nasty about it. Like, going, your opinion is invalid. No. Stuff like that. It's like going, okay, you didn't like it. Fair enough. But I think how, I can't remember their name. But there's one reactor. She did it, and, like, she said, like, she saw, like, the Izzy plot device coming. Because it's a plot device, not a trope, I think. The whole thing. And she's, like, going, I understand it, but I don't like it. And, like, I get it, but I really don't like it. And it's just, oh, Pearl, that's so sweet. You're really sweet, Pearl. Yeah, I've had all my health issues recently, like a lot of, like, suffering from migraines and just general, like, loads of, like, illnesses that go around this time of year, technical difficulties. But there's something about this show. Like, I've missed editing and filming on majority of my reactions the last few weeks. Like classic Doctor Who, What We Do in the Shadows, Red Dwarf, Blake 7, and The Good Place. Pretty much all of them. But there's something about this show. I can never accurately explain it. When I watch it, I take painkillers before I try and do anything. Because one, my joint pain, because I've got hypermobility syndrome as well, which is why you see me wearing my compression gloves or, like, my arm warmers and that. Because it's like my right hand's the worst part of my body. But there's something about this show. It took my pain away. And my focus recently has been absolutely horrendous. But I could focus on editing this show. And it's so strange. But I'm not happy with how they handle it. Yeah, like, there was a lot of the finale I did like. But it felt like it was 3 episodes put into one. Like, if Izzy's death had been a sacrifice for the crew, that would have made I wouldn't have liked it, but it would have made sense. Storyline wise, it would have made more sense than him just randomly being shot. You're really sweet, Victoria. Thank you. I get what, like, I can understand why some people still find comfort in the show and some that don't. I can completely. Oh, you're really sweet, Ring. Thank you so much. Everybody's so sweet. Sure, but then someone pointed out that it was just a chance for them to realise they really meant to be pirates. Yeah, they're like you say, Bridget. It is for them to realise, like, going, we want to try this out, because, like, so many people, they don't realise until later in life what they want to be. And then, like, these people are, like, in their 70s, go back to college or go back, get their high school diploma and stuff like that. You read all about it, like, they're discovering who they are throughout their life. And this is another thing for them to try. They're trying to work it out. Like, Ed doesn't know who he is. And it's just, But there was so much I loved this season. There was so much that I loved this season. Like, I got my wish for the season. I'm so happy for episode 6. That is my favourite episode of the entire show. I freaking loved episode 6. For so many reasons. Yeah, okay, some people I've seen some people say it wasn't needed. It was just like, we could have taken that out and then maybe we could have extended. But I also think it was needed for Izzy and his character. And then, oh God, don't get me started, like, for our new unicorn. All the stuff with Izzy and Lucius and Black Pete. Matthew Mayer this season. Matthew Mayer. I wasn't too bothered. Like, Black Pete was good. Season 1. He was alright, but he was just, like, there. But his performance this season, like, when he sees Lucius again. And then when he's talking about Lucius, like, going, I've not heard you say anything about how you've lived. That, he was phenomenal. We were robbed of the slow dance. There was a lot of editing issues this season, or at least with some of the episodes. They could have danced. They're just like, it was... They need it in the grow as people and as a couple. Yes, they do. They need to try it and learn that, okay, this is not us. Black Pete was so good this season. He was brilliant this season. And like Matthew Mayer was fantastic. He was fun in the first season. He was a good character, but he didn't get to show off his acting chops. Like, I just loved all the stuff with the crew. And Fang, Fang getting to have that scene, that important scene with Ed, helping Ed realise that Fang wasn't laughing, he was scared. And how he needs to be able to talk to him, like, sit with himself. And stuff like that. Fang was I was scared for Fang. I thought we might have lost Fang. Because to me, he would have been the same, if he'd been killed, the crew would have been the same amount of upset as they should have been for Izzy. But episode 6, Fang was awesome. He's my third favourite character because I love Frenchie as well. Yes, he really did show some depth. Fang was amazing this season. I think they should have spent more time with Lucius's trauma, but I think that discussion with Pete really did help. Like, I think all the characters still have trauma, but they've only got 10 episodes. There's only so much they can do. I love the fact his name's Kevin. It's so cute. I love him. I love Fang. He's so sweet. And his cuddle with Izzy in episode back at the beginning of the season. That scene. I'm going to say it. Frenchie holding Izzy's hand. Frenchie holding Izzy's hand. I'm a Frenchie Izzy shipper. I very quickly became a Frenchie Izzy shipper. Didn't even consider it season 1. But then I'm like, oh. He's got his head on Izzy's leg. He's always hovering near him. This, oof. Totally figured Hank got the nickname with Blackbeard, so now I'm wondering how long was he a pirate? Exactly. That's very true. If he didn't get it from Blackbeard, like, he never once asked. And now he's finally real. Oh God, I think the hug from Fang would heal so many people. It really would. Like, hugs from Fang are wonderful. Like, Fang is just... I loved that scene. I loved that scene in season 1. They really did. And like, I really feel like Izzy was putting himself between Ed and the crew. I think that he did. Like, I don't know if it was implied or what, but to me it felt like it. Like, I think he took more of his toes. There was so much we could have seen, but again, they were only... Even with the full 10 episodes, there's so much potential that we just wouldn't have seen. 10 half-an-hour-long episodes. Like, this show could have done 1 hour-long episodes. I love the shit named Wheezy. It's so clever. Wheezy is so clever. Or Wheezy, or however you want. One shot of Frenchie kills me as he's telling Ed the atmosphere is fucked. And yes, he's like, don't say it. And then it's just... He hovers around Izzy a lot. He really did. Like, somebody's noticed it. I think I saw it on Tumblr. I can't remember. But when Ed is like... You see, on the episode, we see Ed call for Frenchie to come help him. But Frenchie's running towards him. You literally see, just before that, Frenchie looks over his shoulder, sees Ed with Izzy, puts his weapon away, and runs back to help. He doesn't even need to be asked. At least 13 episodes. There should have been more or longer episodes to like explore the characters we need. But we've got fanfic, we've got online role playing. There's so much potential. Like, fans can flesh it out however we want to. But it's just, I love talk. It's nice to get to talk about it, because my other half hasn't even seen season 1. So like, I've got a few people to talk about it on Tumblr, but that's it. Like, I don't have people around me to talk about any of my fandom stuff. My other half knows a bit of Doctor Who, but he hasn't really watched it as much. I can talk about Blake 7 with him, Because he's watched Blake 7. He's watched Red Dwarf, so I could talk about him with that. I could talk about Red Dwarf with my mum, because I grew up watching Red Dwarf. But I can't talk about this. He's never watched it. So it's nice doing this. I like this. It's my other account, because it said I was... You were? Oh! That's really strange. Did you... Obviously you don't say it, but maybe there was a word that maybe... Hang on, I'm going to open up my browser window again. And go in my stream manager and just see that. Just so I can see if something happens again. Because maybe... it was a mess trying to explain to my therapist what... Oh, God, yes. I can imagine, like, just, like, falling apart and, like going, okay, what's wrong? But it's like, no, what's your problems? It's like, the show's my problem. Oh, God, I would literally have ranted. I just spiel off so much. Oh, prepare them. No one I know has watched this show. Although, one time, it was brilliant, completely took me by surprise. It was before season 2 started. I've got a t-shirt. I'm not wearing it right now, but I've got a t-shirt with our... I haven't worn it since before I moved, because we've still got so many things need to be unpacked. We moved in on 1st of September. But I literally had a t-shirt on. My Flag Means Death is like a poster, like I got it off Redbubble. Got on the bus, and the bus driver said, that's a great show. So the bus driver loved it. I was like, oh, yes, it's fantastic. I really wanted to stay and talk, but she obviously had to drive off. That's the closest thing I've had to talking to somebody about in person. So this is just, But God, like, it's nice. Like, I got to talk about it on Tumblr with some people, because I do online role-playing stuff. Which I know one person knows who I am now. On my online role-playing stuff. I don't mention it on there. But I do on here. Or they know. But I love thinking about the dynamics between Ed and Calico Jack and Izzy and Mary and Anne. What would the dynamics be like when they were young and reckless? Oh, God. Like, I wanted to see Anne and Mary with Izzy. I would have killed for that. That would have been so fun. I would have loved to see them pester them. Glad my mum listened to me ramble for... Oh, it's nice. You must know about my hyperfixation. It is... I think it's my hyperfixation at the moment as well. It is, absolutely. Yeah, like, it's... Like, and I can't... One, my other half works a lot, so I can't. I've got nobody in person to talk to about this show, so this is nice. I like... Any kind of flashback, yes, but who could have played the young cast? That would have been weird. But the cast this season, oh. But, like, it's so nice doing this. Like, I'm considering it, doing this kind of thing for the Doctor Who 60th specials. Maybe, because they're airing on the Saturday. I might do it on the Sunday evening, maybe, like a day afterwards. So I've got plenty of time to edit. Because that's going to be a nightmare to edit. But I kind of like the idea of doing it each week for all the specials, maybe. It's because it's nice, because again, my other half likes Doctor Who, but he hasn't really watched it. Oh, thank you, Be Small. It's nice. Like, I'm so glad I've got people to talk to about this. I could spend hours talking about this show, because, like, there's so many good things. Season 1 was amazing. Hit quickly. Became, like, I was, like, watching it. I was like, okay, I think I might like this show as much as Good Omens. And I was like, that's saying something. Like, Good Omens, I didn't think anything would come near it for me. Season 2 of Good Omens, amazing. Obviously, what happened... I'm not going to go into spoilers for Good Omens, because, again, this isn't a Good Omens thing, and I don't know who's watched it, who's not. But obviously there was things that upset me in that, but it made sense, and it was done well. With that finale. But this one, completely different upset. More chats like this. It is really different than on Tumblr. Yeah, like, it's nice, because, like, it's happening in real time and stuff like that. You can see my face, which is so weird for me. It's so weird having so many people to talk to. It's weird, because, again, I've never done this kind of stream. I've never done a Hangout stream before, ever. I've always done gaming ones. And it's hit hard and fast. Good Omens. Oh, God, yeah. Good. Oh. As Good Omens Season 2, that there was way more hope. Yes. And there's so much hope. Like with Good Omens, I'm not going to go into spoilers. The coffee theory. There's that kind of thing. As hard as good... I'm rereading. My head's like... I'm not used to this amount of chat happening. It's great. It's great. This is awesome. Like, I don't... My head's like going, okay, there's so much to talk about. It's kind of stalled for a bit. But, I started to say... I loved Good Omens Season 2. Amazing season. But it's at the time, it's still put it slightly ahead of Season 1. But then I started watching this and I started talking. The way Season 2 Good Omens ending was done was definitely better. But there was potential for this if it had been done differently. Again, our opinions. If one of you guys liked it, great. I'm so happy you're happy with it. That's fantastic. My head is stalling now. But it's real-time interactions fun. The ability to speak nuance live rather than in text. It is easier. I was very anxious before starting tonight because I was like, what if my head blanks completely and I don't have a clue what to say? Last year, and it's great that we've had more time between Season 2. Oh God, yeah. I'm so glad we had a little bit of time between the seasons. Although I only watched Season 1 of Our Flag Means Death at the beginning of the year. My reactions are on the channel. I'd wanted to watch it since it aired, but it only came to the UK at the beginning of the year. Here in the UK, we still don't have an air date for Season 2. I watched it through a VPN on HBO Max. It did have some pacing issues, yeah, but the finale was really good. That is the problem. It had some pacing issues, the season, yes, and it just didn't stick for everyone. Exactly. Like, I didn't like Izzy straight when I first watched season. He was an alright character, great character. I just didn't like him, if you know what I mean. Like, great performance, just the character you're not meant to like. I rewatched it and I grew to love him. This season, he beat out Frenchie, or he beat out Lucius as my favourite. Now it goes Izzy, Frenchie, Fang, and then Lucius. Was Loki a godsend? I was thirsty for a new cat at the time you uploaded. I've been like that before. Like, I keep refreshing my research on Our Flag Means Death reactions. There's barely any. There's some people starting to do Season 1 though, which is nice. He should have been buried at sea and should have put the ring on... I get that idea of put the ring on Steed's cravat. Or that, but it's Izzy's ring. We don't know what the Like, there's a theory that it was Izzy's mum's, but I think that was just because it was represent Con's mum who passed away just before. So I don't know. I think Izzy should have been buried with his ring, and he should have been buried with the leg. He should have been buried with the ring because it was always wearing it. Even when he came out, after basically being on death's door, came out, shot Ed to stop him from killing the crew. He was still all that. He still had the cravat and the ring around his neck. See, I was hate Izzy person. Then, oh God, yeah, like watching the panels and stuff like that, and finding out Con could sing and stuff like that, and listening to the some of his songs on the soundtrack for the, I think it was 1988 West End production of Blood Brothers. There's one song on that, Long a Sunday Afternoon, or I can't remember. I can never remember the title, but it's his voice in that is fantastic. And like finding the videos, watching clips of him as Val. If you haven't seen Con as the character Val, you should. Like, I loved it before I started watching Season 2. But after episode 6, loved Val even more. Because it just made me think that could happen for Izzy. Ugh. So good. More nuance in every weird rest. Like you discover different things, and also hearing all the things that he went through, all the possible potential things that happened with him and Blackbeard before season 1, but then going back and watching season 1 with all this knowledge makes it hit differently. You see it differently, how he was with Blackbeard, how he was with the crew and stuff like that. I love doing that kind of thing. I love doing that kind of thing, going back and like rewatching things with different knowledge. I keep meaning to drink. Can't talk. Oh my god. Seeing how much thought and care and love yes. He's so, like, again, the whole cast are amazing with the fans. The whole cast are amazing. Like, Vico is fantastic. But Con is wonderful. He's always sharing fan art. So many times a day. It's brilliant. He's wonderful. Hang on, I've got a bit of popcorn stuck in my teeth. Like, speaking of fan art, something I ordered on Tumblr for next year. Let's see if I can get it. Apologies if you can hear it. But I got it for next year. I've got to try to put it back. But this is going to be going up in this room. I believe Mrs. Blue Box stuff or something like that on Tumblr. They've got one for Good Omens as well, and I can't wait to put this up next year. The art in it is fantastic. It's so good. It's all Ed and Steed. I would love an Izzy one. So if Andrea does an Izzy one, I will have an Izzy one up as well. Absolutely. Sorry, I thought I heard my daughter then. I just realised my music stopped, hasn't it? No, it's just really fucking quiet. Okay, I think my music's gone quiet. Okay, it's just really fucking quiet, this song. Hang on, that's really weird. It's really weird. Oh god, hang on. Yeah, I can't hear any music, that's really... I'm so proud of Nathan's acting this season. Like, he talked about being nervous about acting. Yes! Nathan was brilliant. The whole cast were fantastic, but Nathan was fantastic. And, like, the way he, like, did, like, how he was nervous around Blackbeard and not wanting to talk about what he's been through. Like, obviously when he was talking to Steed about what had happened to him, it was a little bit of a comedic effect, because it was meant to, like, make Steed go, oh god, no, oh god, I don't want to hear this. But he should have listened. Where is my fucking music? It's just so fucking quiet. Okay, it's just this particular song is very... This is very strange. Okay, I think we've got some now. Okay. I think this soundtrack, I've got a DMCA free soundtrack, so like no copyright. I've got a playlist on that, so I think some bits of music are a bit quieter. But yeah, Nathan was fantastic. It's like the scene between him and Matthew Mayer where Pete is confronting him about how he was... Okay, music's getting louder again now. Or ish, I don't know. Oh god, that's weird. But it's where Pete's confronting him. It was fantastic. Their performance in that scene and the proposal scene, beautiful. They play off each other so well. They're fantastic. Their chemistry is amazing. And it's so believable, their attraction. I thought season 1, they were kind of like an open thing. They just put them together a few times. But then Pete's reaction to seeing Lucius alive at the beginning of the season, amazing. Oh god, the human puppet thing. Ugh. And Lucius was really twitchy. It was amazing. I was put off by the fact that they implied Lucius was either himself assaulted or saw someone else being assaulted, and they did play it off as a joke. The human puppet thing, yeah, like, it was kind of played jokish. I do get, yeah. But, like, I get it was, like, scaring Steed, and like Lucius just needed to get like got it out. It was kind of played a bit jokish. I do get that, yeah. I knew that some people disliked that. I know. Replied to Steed saying I love you, but I didn't think it was flippant. Like they knew, yeah. I don't think it was flippant either. Yes, it would have been nice to hear him say it, but I think the I know kind of worked, or he's like going, maybe he doesn't want to confront that yet, or doesn't want to fully say it yet. He's still confused. Maybe they're meant to imply that he's still grieving Izzy, which he should have been. Speaking of the grieving Izzy thing, I'm going to curl all the way back around to that because there was something I wanted to mention. The wedding happened too soon after Izzy's death. Far too soon after Izzy's death. And they were all happy. Which is, yeah, it's a wedding, yeah. But nobody showed any after emotions of somebody they were supposed to love dying. Anyway. I didn't like that Ed Seed kiss was right after Lucius proposed. It did overshadow them, yeah. They should have made more fuss over it. I get Ed and Steed are the main part of the show, but still, it should have been made. There was a lot of tonal whiplash. I think this show should have been, if it had to be 10 episodes, which it should have been at least 10 episodes, it should have been hour-long episodes. Because there's so much they could have packed into this show, and there was just so much that was just like left undone or left unanswered and stuff like that was never come back round to. Because like we had the Olu, Jim and Archie stuff, but that to me felt a bit not quite fulfilled as well. Like I get like an Archie, but to me she wasn't developed enough either. Like it's great that other people absolutely love and adore Archie. I'm still a bit like, she's great, good character, but she's there, you know. I feel like I love the poly representation, even though it wasn't done enough or much. Again, so much shit they're trying to pack into one 6 episode half an hour season. They didn't need Archie. They should have spent more time developing all the other stuff. She did need depth, yeah. She was just like, okay, she's there. They didn't like explain why she was there, and there was other people on Blackbeard's crew too. There was nothing done for that. The Polly was barely there, yeah. Like it was like, it's more like, was it a poly thing or is it just an open relationship? They didn't define it, which is good. I like the not defining stuff, which is good. But in the time I didn't enjoy the wedding at all. I felt like it was too soon, and I was just also too upset. But they should have defined it more as poly. But then they had Olu wanting to go with Zheng Yi Sao. I'm terrible with names. I can't help it. But there was just so much stuff that it was like, I swear they wrote it for like 10 hour-long episodes. And it was just edited down too much. 2 episodes cut out. Weren't allowed a certain budget for the cast, so they like barely had Christian, barely had the Swede, and stuff like that. It was so much. Died during the raids. I did see, yeah, there was at least one person went overboard, but it's just like they could have given, yeah, okay, we learned that Archie was in the cult, snake cult. That was it. She's just like, she's there. Yeah, at the time, like, I watched, I was just like, I don't care about, like, I cared, obviously, because it's great seeing them get married. But one, I was too emotional over Izzy at the time. And also, it was far too soon. Far too soon. Interviews hurt things more when they, I do think they did. Some of his interviews, it feels weird, but I do feel like maybe he doesn't quite believe it, because he said a lot of contradictory stuff, especially, again, like I said at the beginning, the Vanity Fair interview with the bit about Izzy. I don't think he believes it all. Felt weird and rushed, but I love her as a parallel for Jim, who last season was lovely, and like now they're realising life is more meaningful. I do get that. I like that. Well, Archie did feel weird. There was a lot of like weird stuff, but I do like the parallel between them and Jim. Her and Jim, sorry. My head's starting to hurt because I'm talking so much. I'm not used to it just talking so much. It's really weird. This is just... There's so much that can be spoken about with the season. Like, obviously, we had... Like, all the episodes, like, episode 7. It's just weird, like, with... There's obviously stuff I enjoyed in episode 7. But there was stuff I enjoyed in episode 8 as well. But episode 7 was... Until, obviously, the bad stuff with episode... That I didn't like with episode 8. Episode 7 was good. But compared to all the other episodes that had come before it, it was like... It was at the bottom for it. Because it was just like... Again, that one felt like it was the beginning. I should have got an indication from episode 7 that there was going to be a lot of... There was going to be an issue with episode 8 because it just felt weird. I will say, I've been meaning to say it since the beginning, because when I talked about backlash that's been happening with David, and how you shouldn't attack David, he was doing his job, and he might have intended things to be this way, and he's the writer, and that kind of thing. Errol Shand as Ricky was phenomenal. Hate Ricky with a passion, but you're meant to hate him. Errol Shand was brilliant as Ricky. Absolutely brilliant as Ricky. I love Izzy's accent and stuff like that. Especially, I think what hurt me more than most about Izzy dying was that he was suicidal. And yeah, there was that like he's like he just seemed to recover. Yeah, okay, we saw him drinking, but that might have been more for pain relief. But there was like that wasn't addressed. That just suddenly stopped. His mental health recovering from that and his suicidal attempt, because he did try to shoot himself in the head. It was brushed over. I saw a poll asking people what the favourite episode, and 7 was ranked lowest. I'm not surprised. Not surprised, because I'm fairly certain episode 7's actually got the least amount of views for my reaction as well. I think last time I looked, might not be true, but I think that was the lowest amount. I think episode 6 might have the most, and episode 4, for reasons. Ricky is such a weasel. I had a weird feeling, like I feel like maybe he did want to be a pirate, but I just had that weird feeling from him from the get-go. But the actor was fantastic. The father thing seems to be that he was jilted wife in season 1 and then involved into... It was something they realised while filming episode 8. That makes no... Like, how can you go from a jilted wife to a father figure? Like, we had Izzy talking about how, like in episodes, literally just in episode 7, about how he took what happened when he told Ed he loved him, to suddenly realise he was a father figure in episode 8. It's very, very strange, very strange. I think one of my favourite things for Con is I'm from just outside Bristol in the UK. Con is from Weston-super-Mare, literally about 30 minutes from where I'm currently living. It's great. David told Con about the death so he late because Con might not have signed a contract if he knew. Maybe he didn't tell him. Like, maybe that's like, looking back at some of the stuff with the conventions recently, like you could tell Con knew what the fans were in for and stuff like that. You could, like, he did look quite... I thought he looked tired. Still looked absolutely gorgeous, but he looked a bit tired, and I think maybe he was a bit emotional. Oh God, oh God, yes, the I wanna go thing. Like, okay, maybe he's accepting death, stuff like that. Maybe that's what he meant. But he was literally spent. That might have made more sense if it hadn't shown the season, especially when he reads for our new unicorn thing, with that smile, with him accepting things, being nice to Steed. It showed him wanting to live. After his suicide attempt, it showed him wanting to live. If they had framed it differently and made it seem like he was making amends, tying up loose ends before dying, maybe that might have made it work. But they didn't. They made it look like he wanted to live, and then suddenly he didn't. And then he, as I said at the beginning, they love you. No, they fucking don't love you. Steve does. Fang maybe a bit. Because he said they were sweet. But the rest of them love him? No. They tolerated him. They might have grown to love him once everything was healed, but no. No. But then again, if I'm going to say it, if other people did love how that was written and how that scene was done, that's fantastic for you. They wanted this ending to work. All they had is just should have been scenes with Izzy shouldn't have become central. He really shouldn't. Like he was at his own growth, his own arc, stuff like that. Then just to say he was so tied into Blackbeard when it spent the season show he didn't need him. He should, when they left and Ed and Steed stayed behind at the inn, Izzy should have been the one that was captain. When they framed it where on the ship, it actually looks like Frenchie might be, which is very like Frenchie should have been first mate, or Olu. Olu would have been a great first mate. It seemed like he was getting better. He really was. He was getting up content. He was happy with his life. He was training with his new... If he wanted to die, why would he have been training to get used to his new leg? It made... No, he wouldn't have wanted to get used to his new leg if he wanted to die. Oh. But, so I'm trying to like calm myself down, and first mate to Zane would have been, yes, he would have been great as a first mate. He would have. Him and Auntie working together as first mate would have been great. I should have been one apologising. Yes, he fucking should have been apologising. He started going through, like he started with Lucius apologising. Obviously the bit with Fang, but he didn't really... He did say, I'm sorry, mate, but that was from something different. And only because Fang told him that he was crying. Didn't apologise to Frenchie, didn't apologise to Jim, didn't apologise to Archie. There was no apologising. There was no apologising. It was all Izzy. Like, yeah, okay, I get Izzy apologising. Like, I shouldn't have forced you. You'd outgrown it. He should have seen that. I liked that. Like, yeah, okay, he should have... Izzy apologised for his part. He'd already accepted that at the beginning of the season because he said to Steed, we can't let the crew suffer for our mistakes. He knew he'd gone wrong. And you could see it when the flashback thing before the hug in the beginning of the scene. So, like, I get him apologising. But it's just like, Ed never apologised. There was so much that needed to be done. Again, 10 episodes. 10-hour-long episodes would have been good. It needed longer episodes this season. Longer episodes. I don't... Like, I don't know what I want them to do to see, like, bringing him back. Because they need to bring him back after this. Oh. French's look with the black coat. French's look with the other outfit. He looked gorgeous. And did you notice, and when they're running across the beach at the end in that scene with Izzy, Frenchie's got his cat claws. He made himself look like a cat because cats are the most terrifying animal. Like, which is like kind of terrifying because he had blood all around his mouth in episode 1 as well. But the others feel better. And then, yes, Ed, there should have been an episode spent with Ed apologising. Or the only apology Izzy got was a mumbled, sorry for your leg. That's all Izzy got. All the people telling Izzy enjoyers they're awful people for liking him, that Izzy is some irredeemable abuser or more. Yes. Because, yeah, you do have some Izzy enjoyers that are going too far, attacking people that liked it. Attacking the crew. Attacking David Jenkins. No, you don't. Apologies should have been reciprocal. I do get it. There should have been apologies from both sides of things. Izzy does apologise, so it makes sense for him. But yeah, you don't attack the cast and crew. You don't attack fans that don't disagree with you. Because it's like, yeah, okay, this show means a lot to people. There's of many reasons. They've got the LGBTQ plus representation. You got the mental health representation. With Izzy, we got the disability representation. It's still a program made for people's enjoyment. People trying to do their jobs. I meant people tell people who like Izzy that they're awful people. Yes, I've seen that. It's like, I've seen people with reactions, right? I can't remember which one it was. People who at the beginning of the season of reactions have said they hate Izzy. They hate Izzy. Stuff like that. By the last episode, crying. You don't threaten. They sent Izzy fans death threats. No, you don't. No, people are allowed to have different opinions. They're allowed to have different opinions. It's like, don't hate on people for liking a character you don't. Like, somebody's favourite character could be the most hateful villain. Like, somebody's favourite character in The Walking Dead could have been Negan when he was the villain. You know? Because he's a villain. And he was a good written... I don't know, because I didn't actually completely watch it. I only saw like little highlights kept up with the story. But there could be somebody who's a really dastardly villain. Still somebody's favourite character. Still loving it. Because like, it could be a really well written villain. A really well acted, directed, produced villain. Doesn't mean you... Oh no. It is completely abuse. Like, somebody doing something bad does not completely deserve doing something bad. Like, Jim only took the cannibal to Ed's face to kill him, to stop him from killing others. Izzy was already trying to make up for it. Izzy did not deserve to lose his leg. He was, excuse me. Just because Izzy had done those things with Blackbeard, he did not deserve his toes cut off. You do not reciprocate abuse with abuse. Like, obviously, self-defense is a different thing. But cutting off somebody's toes, shooting them in the leg, just for like, fuck it, shut up, type thing, I'm going to shoot someone. But there's so much that can be explored. Like, I'm so glad there's fan fiction. I'm so glad there's online role-playing. Fans can, if we never get another season, which I hope we do still. I do still hope we do. Fans can fill it out for themselves, make it up for themselves, which I love that kind of. Cried at the finale. I hate people sending hate to the writers over this, but I always want to be a live and let live type of fan. More people need to have nuance. Exactly. Weird things that get me in the show. Frenchie being hyper allergic to things. Cats steal your breath. Peanut allergy. Oh! Maybe when he was younger he associated cats with peanuts. Or he thought it was cats but it's actually peanuts. I did like that. Like, I was like going, please, somebody please check on Frenchie. He's just there in the background scratching. Is his throat closing up? What's he doing? Ah, what have you got that could possibly help him? I think Izzy and making up would have been a good message that everybody's... while nobody is obligated to forgive their abuser, but there can be redemption. Exactly. There can be redemption. Because he's a fictional yes! He is it's a fictional character. You don't... This, and plus it's David Jenkins and other people making the show. They're making it how they wanted it. Yeah, okay, they put fans thing in it, but that might be how they saw it happening. If that is really what they wanted, that's how they saw it happening. But they would, like, I think we saw the starting of them making up. Because, like, when Izzy said, it's good to see the boat ship's not the only thing that's been well and truly docked. And also, do you know what I did early this morning? Made your boyfriend blush. We have the starting of them making up and coming friendly again. Maybe not to the same closeness they had before. Obviously different. But there was so much more that could be done. They just brought out an EpiPen. Oh god, ye old EpiPen. I tried looking up, like, okay, what can be done? What could have been done back then for allergies? But they just glossed it over. And plus, he could have been allergic to cats, yes. Still, oh my god, yeah, I read that as like he associated it with cats with peanuts for some bizarre reason, but he could have had a lot of allergies. I love Frenchie. Oh, have to be deserved. Happening now to clarify my point. I think it made for an interesting character. I get that. I do get that, Miranda. I'm trying to keep up with everything. As he ended up staying in Ed's garden, separated from the crew. He should have been. I think when they if he had to be dead, and he wasn't buried at sea like he should have been, which makes me think they are going to bring him back properly with buttons on there. They should have make a carving of him on the front of the ship. He became their new figurehead when they made him their unicorn. They should put a carving of Izzy as the new figurehead on the front of the ship. Muppets mechanics where most wounds don't have consequences. Yes. Cannonball to the face. He woke up from it. Ugh. I do also get frustrated at people saying it's stupid to be upset over the finale. All feelings are valid. You can be absolutely upset. Like, people still get upset with I'm a leaf on the wind from Serenity. And stuff like that. People still get upset with all the stuff in Serenity from Firefly. Don't have a go at people getting... But this show has representation for people. People identify with different characters. Don't get angry at people for being upset that somebody died. You don't. They don't care about history. If they cared about history in this show, they wouldn't have had Zheng. Is it Zheng or Zheng? I think it's Zheng. They wouldn't have had her in this show. Because she was alive 100 years after Ed and Steed. She shouldn't have happened in this at all. Got all the way... Buried him in the yard like a dog. Yeah, he's like a pet. I kept him like a pet. How did Izzy reach the unicorn to cut the leg? That's one thing I thought about. How did he reach it? How did he reach it whilst drunk? Without falling off into the thing. How? I would have loved to have... That would have been a brilliant after credit scene. That would have been an great after... That was his unicorn magic, yes. But that could have been an after credit scene. Seeing Izzy trying to cut it off. Makes a... Cheng Yi-sang. Okay. That's not even her name. That's actually not even her name. Someone held Izzy's legs so they could reach the unicorn. Maybe. But yeah, Zheng Yi-sao is not even her name. Because I believe... Doesn't that mean like wife of someone? I can't remember what... I looked it up. I can't... Because that's how I found out she was alive 100 years after. That's not her name. That's what she was known as. But she was also known by something else. And that... Like her name is... Oh, I can't remember. I wish I'd written stuff down for this. I've been talking a lot longer than I thought about already. Zheng Yi was her husband. Sao means wife. That's it, yes. I knew it was something like that. He scaled the... Yeah, Izzy's that damn good. I love the mispronunciations of things. So, the Pinata. And China. And stuff like that. I like the things like that. It's so fun. It's like going... Where did they get the pinata? One, they made it. Which I love that they were trying to do things for the Blackbeard crew, as it were, to help them heal. I loved that. I thought that was really sweet. Okay, it was a bit much, but they didn't know how much it were. I thought it was so sweet. It was so sweet what they did. I loved it. I really did love that. Like, there were so many fantastic moments with this season. So many. A curse is a curse when it takes hold. Well, it takes hold. It's like, that's another one, yes. That was like Olu trying to think of what he said. Eucalyptus, I can get that. If you've never heard the word before, it's part of word. Oh... There's so many fantastic bits this season. Not to lose Izzy. If we had to lose him, part of me would have liked him being shot, saving Steed for Ed. Yes, or a sacrifice for a member of the crew. It should have been a sacrifice if he had to die. Would have made it a bit more poignant. It would have made more sense than just random shot. Can joke. I loved seeing him joke around and have whimsy and all that sort of stuff. I thought it was wonderful. Because we had the initial bit, but then when he was whittling stuff and like calling Lucius twatty and stuff like that, we still had that element of season 1 Izzy. Because like a lot of shows, when they do a redemption arc, you lose a lot of the stuff, if not all of the stuff that they made them when they were still the bad guy. But what they did with Izzy, they still kept that, and I thought it was fantastic. Oh god, the cursed drawings. I saw somebody make the comparison, the one of I think it was Ed on a dog, or something like that. Ed's face on a dog. It made them think of if you've seen the What We Do in the Shadows movie, where Vladislav can't do an animal's face, and then he's got him on the bed like a cat's body with his face like. It's brilliant. I loved him pulling it. The fact that he called him twatty, but it was so obviously affectionate. It was adorable. It was so sweet. I love, like, you could tell he was making up for it. Like, him giving him that shark. And the symbolising saying a shark did this. Speaking of symbolism with the shark. Lucius is like saying, that's not really healthy. Izzy wasn't technically lying. When he said a shark took his leg. He wasn't lying, because a certain person has a shark tattoo on his arm. So he wasn't lying, because Ed technically did take his leg. So a shark technically did take his leg. So it was I liked the metaphor of it. It's not as unhealthy as French's locking it all in a box. I'm surprised we didn't see Fallout with the box bursting open, you know? But I think Izzy's thing was more healthy because he wasn't lying. Well, a shark. I want a tattoo as well. I want a tattoo for the show. Like, I know Izzy has I believe he has, I think, hang on, it's that one, isn't it? Because he's got the glove on his right hand. I think it's a little spade there. Obviously, he's got the swallow there. And I swear I saw it that when they had his gloves off, when he was led on the bed behind Archie and Jim, I think he's got a little heart below his thumb inside his glove. I've got a theory that he's got a spider like Ed. I think he's got a spider on his hand like Ed. That's one of my headcanons I've got for him. I do want it. Bottle up? Yes! Bottle it up? No, that's not healthy. No, I have a box. It's not a bottle, it's a box. That's much better. You have the spade. That's awesome. Like, that would freaking hurt. Although it's not on top of the bone, so I'd probably... That's quite... Actually, that would fucking hurt. But... I've got 2 tattoos. I could get another one. I do want one. Like, that would hurt less than getting the snake tattoo, obviously. But, because I've at the moment, I've got them like over 15 years ago, both of them, I think now. When I was still in my teens, I got a rose on my hip and I've on my back between my shoulder blades. So like a fandom one would not go undone. I've got Heroes, the helix symbol from Heroes in between my shoulder blades. So I don't know what state that one's in. Oh, I got the first one was a rose. It's a bit blurry, but I got it to try and get over my fear of needles. Didn't do fuck all. Because like the line hurt, I actually, with the colour of it, because it was on my hip, where the nerve ending was, it actually made me laugh. I was laughing from my tattoo. One between my shoulder blades. That hurt more. But I want to get, there's 2, I want to get another Flag Means Death one now. Maybe the spade one. I would love to have the guts to get Ed's snake one. That would be so cool. But there's this completely unrelated to our Flag Means Death. He has got spider tattoos on his feet and they incorporated it into the character. I love that. But there's a tattoo I want to get. It's not on a Flag Means Death one, but it's... I don't know if anybody's played Horizon Forbidden West or Zero Dawn. I want to get Aloy's spear, staff, or one of her spears on my arm somewhere. Maybe there, maybe on the outside. If you can't tell it, I like it. It's my favourite game of all time. And replaying the first one on my PlayStation helped me get through my dad's death. So it really, the game really means something to me. Oh, you're allergic. Oof. The Helix symbol from Heroes. I didn't watch all of Heroes, but I can remember when it's Hero and his mate, I've forgotten his name, when they're talking about the symbol and they say what each part of it means. I cannot remember now what each part means, but I loved what it meant at the time, and that's why I got it. It's one big one that starts at the bottom of my neck and ends in a mush. Oh, cool. I want to get a new one. I could get a little spade. Like, I don't mind having one on my hand. I don't care. I love, like, when I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, completely got off on a tangent now. I like collecting all the tattoos in that because I'm meant to be going through it on my Twitch channel at the moment. I tend to, for Eivor, the tattoo schemes, I tend to choose one where the tattoo goes down onto his hand because I like it. So I kind of like that idea myself. Tattoo and the... Oh, sweet. The Ouroboros one. That's cool. Like, there's so many meanings for Ouroboros. You could say, like, it could be a fandom Ouroboros tattoo, because there's so many fandoms that do it. Like, Doctor Who technically does it because of the Corsair. Technically Red Dwarf as well. But then it could be just mean for the actual Ouroboros reason if somebody asks and you don't want to say the fandom. DNA Spiral too. Oh, cool. This Ando, yes. That's it. It was part. There's so many things behind that. Ando, thank you. Oh, this room gets really freaking hot gradually. You definitely rock that too. But oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I would love to get like the little tattoo because like tattoo there. I wear my compression gloves a lot, so maybe I'll get it on my right one because I've hypermobility syndrome. Which is like all the ligaments in my body don't work their way they're supposed to. So like my right hand, actually my body's always in some kind of pain. Like sitting here at the moment, my body's in pain. My right hand is the worst part of my body. So I can just easily cover it up with compression gloves. A Good Omens one would be great. Maybe like the G one with the little halo on the end. That would be good. Subtle, yes. If you ever grow to like it and like make it easy to cover up, like the Ouroboros one, you could say you originally got it for Doctor Who or Red Dwarf because it was on Lister's crate. It's been so long since I watched those ones and it's going to be a while till I get to that point with my reactions. But you could say it's a fandom one and then just say, oh, I like the meaning behind that. I want it to have a double meaning just in case. Yes, a double meaning, yes. It's like, oh, like that's going to be really difficult. Like, I know the Horizon, if I get the Horizon Spear, Aloy's Spear from Horizon, that one I won't regret because of the fact playing the first one helped me with my dad's passing because he died January 2nd last year and that's when like I was playing it on my PlayStation getting ready for when the second one came out. Is that if you ever go to hide a tattoo, it's still a memory of something. Yes, exactly. And plus you can always get tattoos covered up. Oh, like, which is why I would be hesitant to get the Ed snake one. Although, it's a snake. You could just say it's a snake one. Or you could just get scales all the way around your arm. You know, you can make it into something else. Different kind of snake or decorate around it. Like blend it out so it doesn't look as much like Ed's tattoo. I think that's the thing with tattoos. One, never get somebody's name printed on there. Unless it's somebody who's passed or a child or something like that. Never get a partner's name tattooed on you. That's a rule. Me and my other half, June 2nd, or not June 2nd, that's my birthday, duh. June 11th will be 19 years we've been together. All the way through, we've had a pact. We're never getting each other's names tattooed on us. Never. Obviously, if another one passes, maybe. But that's it. You don't get a partner's name tattooed on. So it gave me a whole new appreciation for what really awesome reaction videos and what goes into them. Oh, that's thank you. But yeah, hypermobility is low. And fibromyalgia along with it as well. My mum's got fibromyalgia. She reckons I might have that too. My daughter has it as well. But she's hyper because she's autistic with severe learning difficulties. She's always on the move. She's very fast and stuff like that. So she's more toned. But she literally bends in half and it makes it comfortable. Like, she folds it in half, has her knees on her shoulders, has her computer tablet rested on her feet, and she'll stay there for ages watching it. I wish I could do that. Like, people make jokes about it because it was, I am a Gemini, yes, I am a Gemini. Yes. Oh, sorry, I've got to take my blanket off my lap. This room gets baking hot. Like, when we were still getting the heat waves in September, I would move from my end of my streams, sweating buckets. I love the character and actress who played Jane, but we didn't have enough time for Jane and Ricky and new pirates around Steed and Spanish Jackie. We didn't have enough time. There was not enough time. I'll keep saying it. At least 10 episodes, hour-long episodes this season it should have been. It should have been hour-long episodes. To fit, they put stuff in, took characters we already had out, and still didn't have enough time to develop all of it. I do think it was studio side. I keep saying it. I do think it was the studio side of things. It just, too much happened. Jane was fantastic. So much potential. The actress was great. Auntie was freaking brilliant. I loved Auntie. So glad she was alive at the end. But again, like, is she going to take over the Revenge as captain? What's she going to do? You know? Is she the captain now and French is second in command? But if French is second in command, is Auntie going to want to be second in command? Are they joint first mates? There's just so much left up in the air. It's just like, her. Yeah. I would have liked to see, like, we saw little bits of her, like, upset and grieving for her people, but considering she, like, apparently cared so much for her people and wanted to make her happy, like all the people in Armada, she wasn't as distraught as I would have thought of. Like, okay, strong woman, but you can cry if you're a strong woman too. They could always, I hope they still fuck loads of ships. That would be great. I hope we get that. We'd get that in 3 eps as they are, except Steed are on the ship. I hope we get loads. I think to fill things out, they need either a longer season 3 or 2 more seasons. I really do. I know I've heard things, they didn't really do much with Ivan. Ivan was an underdeveloped character. Didn't really do tons with Fang either. Although they did much more with Fang than with Ivan. But I've heard kind of bits about Ivan, not the guy's fine, it's just other stuff, and I'm not going to go into it here because I'm not going to go into that kind of thing on this. I want to keep this positive. I only watched one show that did less than 10 episodes well, and it was an interview with a vampire, but I have not seen that. For an hour-long maximum, needed more time in the eps, yes. Captains, Frenchies, Zen, they would have been brilliant, and like had the 3 ships going all together. Like, I think Frenchie could have been Izzy's first mate. I love the female representation in season 2, yes. I did like that bit with Archie. I love the fact that she got to do it, but nobody like asked her. I love Spanish Jackie. I love that we got more with her and that she came back, and I love the fact that her and Swede are on the ship. I do like that. Of subverting the expectation by having Steed think Ed is dead, but then I really wanted to see Ed hear that Steed was dead. Oh, that would have been interesting as well. That would have, that might have sent him back up, I don't know if it's the correct term, but off the rails again, you know, like back into the Kraken. Too many strong personalities on the ship with Zhang and Auntie and Jackie and this sort of chaos of the... Yes. There's so much chaos is going to be on that. That ship is going to implode. Hopefully not literally, but you know what I mean. Of how the female characters handled, so it's interesting. There was a lot... I feel like with the female characters, Archie, lots of potential. To me, she just felt like she was there. I didn't feel that connected to her. I felt more connected to Spanish Jackie than Archie, personally. But I know there's a lot of people that loved Archie, I mean. And that's fantastic. That's it for the female. Obviously we had Zheng. And we had the little bits with her in Olu. And Auntie. But that's it. Mary and Anne were literally there and then gone. I thought maybe... I half expected them to turn up in the finale. I would have freaking loved for them to turn up in the finale Like, yeah, okay, I liked their episode, but then also it was weird, their episode. I wanted them to drop in the final. I wanted to see them with Izzy. Sorry, my daughter's stirring a bit. But they were really fun. And like the actresses, I still can't believe they got Minnie frickin' Driver to play Anne fucking Bonny. And then I always forget her surname, Rachel. The lady playing Mary Read. Always forget her surname. But she's frickin' brilliant. She was good as Jeff Goldblum's assistant in Thor Ragnarok. And as the Nan, or Granny, or whatever she was called in Moana, because she was the Gran in Moana, which is just like, that's Mary Read. I will never look at Moana the same way again after knowing that's Mary Read. And the fact that they got those pirates in there, like, and then Ned Lowe, Ned fucking Lowe. As soon as I heard the name Ned Lowe, I was like, Rachel House, thank you. I knew it was Rachel, but I didn't know if she had that name. I get that sometimes with things. Like, I know it, but in my head it's kind of like it's behind frosted glass, so I can see a shape of the word, but not enough to say it, and it pisses me off. Topaz, yes! She was Topaz, and she was the Gran in Moana. With the inn not working out and then turning into male versions of Mary and Anne. God, no, please, no. No, that would, no. That would, no. Especially with their faces like, what the fuck? Ugh. But, they would have been brilliant having them alongside Izzy. I think that would have been so fucking funny to have them alongside Izzy. He would have been like, oh, for fuck's sake, I got rid of Jack. I don't want them as well. Okay, what's that popping up? Okay. Oi. Sorry. I just went funny for a bit then, but I'm just glad I got my main thing I was happy with the season. Because I said it from the beginning. Con sang. If I didn't get anything else from the season, I got Con singing. I could dislike everything else. I'd still be happy because I got him singing. Because soon, like, I was like, I knew we were gonna, I hoped we would get him singing. I didn't think we'd get him singing that much. I've gone off in tangent. I get Con singing in my head. I've got to talk about it. I've heard of it. Hunt for the World. Does that have the kid from Deadpool 2 in it? Con's voice is incredible. It really is. Pirate Cop. Bring Anne and Mary on it. Fuck it. We've got shitloads of people. What's 2 more? But isn't Hunt for the Wilder people? Ed doesn't know Steve has kids. Holy shit! He knows about Mary, but he doesn't know the kids. I didn't realise that. Yes, I've been listening to the 2 versions of the song on Spotify on loop. He's great singing with in Blood Brothers. There's a Blood Brothers, I think 1988 West End soundtrack. And also I've seen a clip of him singing Dancing Through the Dark on YouTube, and that was like, I think 2018 he sang that. Early 90s film. Speaking of, hang on. I haven't filmed it yet, but I got Dancing Through the Dark. I'm possibly going to be doing a reaction to it, but I got it. With a baby Con. Bella Ed. Yeah, it was for Lucius. I thought that was so cute. Julian Dennison, that's it, yes. He's great with kids. And like Gordon Ramsay, yeah. Takes no shit from adults who should know better. That's what I like about Gordon Ramsay. Adults who should know better, like professional chefs, he will have a right freaking go at them. Kids, he's wonderful with. Or see somebody who's not a professional have an anxiety attack. Or even a professional having an anxiety attack. He's wonderful. Violently romantic comedy. Yes, the psychotic break, the other running around slashing away with Brit. It's weird for me to say as a break. Yes, like I said in one of my reactions, Brits are dicks. But yeah, I'm tempted to do that. We can listen to lovely young Con, like baby Con, singing. And his singing voice has not really changed, because I've heard him sing, and I think I saw a brief clip, because I cannot find the soundtrack for this anywhere. But his singing voice is, it's so much better. His singing voice, like, it's just, and hearing him sing Le'Veon Rose, well, if you saw my reaction, you saw me pause it. I saw Frenchie starts playing Le'Veon Rose. I was like, nah, no, I cannot take Con singing Le'Veon Rose, and then he sang it in French. He's just got one of those voices. It's like, his singing voice is incredible. It's so beautiful, and it's not like, it's perfect but not perfect at the same time, if that makes sense. It's got that like raspiness. People need there's a YouTube account that collects only Con singing. I'm subscribed to that account. What's it called? I love Fix where Alma and Louis end up on the road engine. Here's Izzy. I could see Izzy being wrapped around the kids one. I had to pause for the singing. I was just like, that's fair enough. Oh, I had to bury I had my face buried in my blanket briefly. It was just, my other half heard me downstairs, and he was like going, you had me worried for a fucking second. I warned him before I filmed my finale reaction, like going, you probably will hear me scream, but I'm fine. Again, there was somebody I mentioned about how they, earlier, a reaction, I can not remember her channels. She reacts to gay shows and stuff like that. Like, I said at the beginning how, like, she wasn't happy about she saw the plot device of Izzy dying coming, but she wasn't happy about it. Her reaction, like hearing Con sing, and normally Adam as well, like their reaction to Con sing is like, what am I hearing? And then like his like, oh, like because I knew Con could sing incredibly well, so seeing other people react to him singing is great. Not Gay Watch. Yes, Gay Watch. That's it. Thank you. I knew it was gay something, but Gay Watch, and I think it was the bit with Fang going, is, like, one of the other things that Gay Watch said is, I think it was during the Fang Ed scene, like going, is this show therapy? Like, yes, in some ways, for a lot of people it is. We've all watched all of them all, yeah. We've all watched them all, because there seems to be some people starting season 1. I would have been pissed. If somebody started laughing next to me, I'd be like, shut your fucking mouth. I'm listening to perfection. But there's so few I'm shocked how few people are reacting to the show. Like, there's some season... Lee, she's not great at understanding queer things, but she watched it, which is a good sign. That's more than some people can say for their parents. Like, that. Hang on. There's not an audio book, but there's a podcast. I'm going to find it because I've literally downloaded the first 3 episodes. There's a podcast that apparently has gone up the rankings on iTunes, at least here in the UK, called Kiss. It's, hang on, let me just open it. I think the series is called Kisses in the Dark. It's a horror one, and one of the stars of it is Con, so you can listen to Con's voice. Yeah. So it's called Kisses in the Dark. It's quite a dark, kind of scary thumbnail, where it's got the Statue of Liberty. If you look on the iTunes like podcast stuff, it's got like a Statue of Liberty in the background and stuff like that. There's nowhere near enough reactions. I'm planning on watching both seasons soon, but I'm stopping season 2 after. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like, at the beginning, I was like, episode 8, there was no finale. This season stopped at episode 6. There was no finale. Which is fair enough. You don't ever have to watch like this. If you don't like a certain episode, you never have to watch it again. I'm just going to comfort myself when I watch this. I'm doing that and you guys can't see it. Yeah. Oh. He does. I've seen little clips of him in this and he looks lovely. But then again, he looks lovely now because, well, we all saw... Yeah. Is this, or either, is he neutral or negative? There were some, like I said earlier, there were some that started, there's some that started off with negative, or indifferent or negative, and then by the end of it, they got upset that Izzy died. They didn't want it. They were actually kind of got upset. Or like, we're like, no, I don't want this. Legends of Vox, oh. There's so many for Vox Machina, but then Critical Role is huge. And I reacted to Vox Machina season 2 as well, so I can't really say much. It's not a kind of steak knife and like VIPs only. Fuck off, steak knife. Yes, Mr. Hands. Izzy still held that. He still held that like that sway over people. He's still infamous Mr. Hands. Ugh. But one who didn't like him, and they were so happy to see him at the end of season 2, and that was so good. Ugh. I love season 2. Like, if I still didn't like him when I watched season 2, like, I would have gone so quick into loving him with this season. I love how they did it. It's testament to the way he was written. Like, those parts of him was written. Obviously, there's other parts we don't have to like. I don't like season finale. But Con's performance and the way those bits were written and directed and shot and everything like that just made it so many people steak knife. Oh, steak knife. But yeah, just the way it was. Those first bits were bottles, and it's a set of bottle letters. I love. It made me I get Ed with the letters, like Ed finding the letter was like going. He's got. They're making fun of Steve's letters. How fucking dare they made fun of Steve's letters? I'm gonna strangle you whilst I'm reading it. I liked that bit personally, and Ed coming out of the wave, and I saw on Tumblr a parallel with that. Again, I'm going off on tangents. I get random. This is where my thing works. Season 1, Ed appears in flames. Season 2, finale. Appears out of the water. Beautiful parallel. Completely fit my... Yes. I when there was people when before the season started, David Jenkins said Con gives an Oscar-worthy performance, and people are like, Oscar-worthy? That's a bit of an over-exaggeration. Then you watch the season, it's like, give him the, it's a TV show, but give him the fucking Oscar. Give him fucking everything. He needs the Emmy for it. He was, so many good performances by everyone. The cast was fantastic. Every member of the cast was fantastic, but Con, they need to push for Con to get an Emmy. They really do. He's absolutely fantastic. There's just so many elements that I do love from this season. We could talk for hours and hours. We've already been talking for almost 2. He really did. And Taika should too, yeah. They were Taika was fantastic. You could believe that Edward was a bit unhinged. Taika's performance at the beginning of the season was insane. The acting was the best part of the season. Like I said, Matthew Mayer deserves props as well. He was phenomenal. Definitely Miranda. Con was beyond me. Oh god, his performance as a drunk was fantastic. You born alone, you die alone, and stuff like his. Oh. Again, there was that writing. It started off so fucking strong. Rain here got auto times out. It seems. Oh. Huh. That's really weird. Apologies for that. I don't know. I need to keep the fucking browser window open. I don't know why that happened. That's really weird, Rain. I'm so sorry. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why it did it. Hang on, let me go back. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry, Ren, because it does say that your messages have been deleted. I don't know why. Is he in steak knife having a fling? That's very strange, but funny. That would have been funny. But I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening with Stream Elements. I really don't. I'm trying to go back through. There's no message whatsoever telling me why. I don't know. I really don't know what happened to you. I'm so sorry. I need to look at the my head's going funny. Having a different like chat bot, I think, because I think sucked. Okay, that's a bit weird. I need to redo the chat bot. I keep meaning to. Maybe I can, because I'm not releasing. I might, if I can edit it, I might release that reaction maybe, if I can film it as well. But I'm not releasing reactions this week, so maybe I can spend some time and set up a new chat bot or going through it. I think Stream Elements is a bit overzealous sometimes. Oh, hello again. That's very strange. Stream Elements has done stuff like that too. It's done it on my Twitch as well. I think sometimes it can definitely, as I said, be overzealous with its banning and stuff like that. It's so fucking weird. Okay, I've just realised the little bar across the bottom is, I think, overwhelmed. It's not, like my little chat bar across the bottom. I think I need to get a new one. It's not going anywhere near quick enough to keep up with it because it's like still stuck on a fic on AO3. Maybe it didn't. Like, hang on, let's have a look. Apologies if you can hear my mouth. I'm just going to mute the microphone whilst I type in Stream Elements. Okay, let's have a look. You might hear my mouse because, like, I think when I moved my microphone, like, some of the stuff goes, it's a bit weird. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. But I think maybe the chat spam filters. Let's have a look. Caps protection, links protections. Okay. I don't know. Let's have a look. I'm trying to find what could have done. Banned words. Let's have a look at banned words. I don't have banned words. Stream Elements is very strange. I might try another one, maybe try Nightbot or something like that, but Stream Elements can be overzealous. Okay, like it, I've only got it set up for like caps, so like excessive amount of caps, because that can hurt your eyes and stuff like that. Not allowed certain links. Excessive amount of emotes. Removes messages containing excessive amounts of symbols. But yeah, I don't get it. I'm very sorry. Bite? There's literally moves. Like, I haven't played Pokemon in years. I tried playing Pokemon Go. Got bored of it. But there's literal moves that are by bites. That makes no sense. You're too cool. Exactly. Stream Elements is like, whoa, we got to simmer down. There's too much in there. Which is weird. Very weird, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep my browser window open now so I can see like if something pops up like and it's a delete thing, because it shows it's deleted, but I've scrolled back through and it's not told me why, which usually it would tell me why. So I think maybe it's Stream Elements' fault, because I've not timed you out. It's the bot's fault. I need to set up a new one, which is a pain in the ass because I've had Stream Elements since I first started streaming and stuff like that. So it's gonna be strange, but hey, sometimes I can do it. And if I'm not here doing much, we'll try it. Maybe it might be the all caps thing, because like I did say, it's got it set up. So hang on, if I turn that off, let me have a look. Apologies if you can hear my mouse, because I need to change the settings You'll see which is. Which one of you use buttons? Is buttons in the chat? Because if you are, I can ask you to fix Izzy for us. Right, hang on. Right, I'm gonna... Apologies, I think you can hear my thing. I need to redo the settings on my thing, but it's... Because I'm autistic, getting to do it is difficult. Okay, I'm going to turn off the caps protection one. So hopefully, maybe it was the excessive caps. I don't know, maybe it thinks like 5 caps in a row is too much or something shit like that. Nobody expects it. Of course it's the Spanish Inquisition. I got that reference. I love Monty Python. Yeah. But yeah, I've turned off the chat thing. The excessive caps. Okay, my chat bar across the bottom is so freaking behind. This is crazy. I think I need to get a new one. Like, maybe get one that goes like up the side instead of across the bottom. Because this one's just so delayed. It's probably thinking, hang on a minute. You don't usually have this many people chatting. What the frick's going on? Oh, dear. Oh. I want to rewatch season 1, or season 2, but I don't know if I can rewatch the finale yet. Hey, if one of you's buttons, can you? Hey, if you do turn into a seagull, can you go land and get Izzy back for us? I'd love it. I do think him landing on the grave at the end. I think that was a thing, like going, or it's at least meant to make us speculate. I don't think they would have put buttons appearing at the end and not at the funeral itself on his grave. I don't think we would have done it if something was going to happen. I really do think that Buttons is going to bring him back for us. I really do. So I think of them playing it again in Good Omens. Oh God. Them playing it. Oh God, yes! I remember that now, yeah, the Spanish Inquisition. With that, oh God, yeah. I do think it's foreboding, yes. I do think there's a lot of foreboding. And I hope, any fictional word, I'd go to, just so I could get, yeah, I would love to give Izzy a big hug. He needs hugs. He needs big hugs. He really does. Can have all my witchy powers and be alive. Yes, I would sacrifice all my witchy powers to have Izzy be alive. I would love to go and bring that back. I hope that if they do, they better do a season 3. That they take on all the people that like certain things, and then oh like God. Now you've taken me back to season 1 of Good Omens. But I hope they take all the criticisms and all the positives and all the praises and stuff like that, and the people that like certain things, and they put like a nice midway. Don't invalidate what they've already done, because that's just bullshit. You've done it now. Fucking commit to it. Just change what comes afterwards, because we need him back. Like, I hope, again, I don't want to spoil, but I hope, if you've seen Black Sails, I kind of don't want them to do that. If you know what I mean, for a dead character, if you know what I mean. And Ed, not being Blackbeard from that, but being Flint from that, if you know what I mean, with a dead character. I hope they don't go that way with Izzy coming back. I could see it working, him being the chip on his shoulder now. But I don't want that, because technically that's not Izzy, that's just Ed. I want Izzy. I want Buttons to resurrect him and then go surprise everybody else. I would help Izzy berate the two in the end for taking his stuff and not giving him the... Yes. I would absolutely go, and that's my fucking leg, that's my ring... And my cravat, you never saw me fucking take it off. I love my leg. My crew made it for me. My family made it for me. You fucking bury me with it. I get it symbolising him. I get why they would have used his leg. Because again, it came to symbolise him. I do get why they did it. I get it. But they shouldn't have. It should have been buried with him, because it was a part of him that he... was at least learning to accept. Maybe he hadn't completely accepted it, we don't know, because we didn't get to see him recovering. I get it, because there's a lot of parallels. There are a lot of parallels between Crowley and Aziraphale and Ed and Steed and stuff like that. There are so many parallels. At least... Oh god, does that make Ricky Metatron? I don't know which one's worse. No, Metatron's just a dick. I mean, it's Derek Jacobi. We shouldn't have been surprised. He's the fucking master. But... No. I don't know which one's worse. Who's... Twat. No, Okay, I'm giving these a little kid. Oh. And then, yeah, but if you gave him a little cat, Frenchie'd be like, no, don't go near me. Although, I'm going to say it, maybe Frenchie could be his cat. He's still got the claws. He was carrying them on his belt in the finale. Maybe Frenchie could be his cat. Sorry, I can't help it. There's just Metatron. Oh god, I'm just imagining if we had Metatron and Ricky in the same scene. He was learning. I think he was still learning. He was still uncomfortable. Yeah, there were still bits, but the crew was helping him with that. Like, he was, like, if he didn't want to be comfortable with it and learn to accept it and he didn't want to live, he wouldn't have been training with the leg. That might be... Again, I've seen some of Supernatural. I've seen enough that I'm not going to react to it. Like, I know the finale. And I know Chuck. And stuff like that. Wheezy Cat Dads. Yes, Wheezy Cat Dads. Oh god, that would be so mean, putting a black cat near Frenchie. Anxiety fueled anxiety attack / possible allergic reaction. No one, oh god, the allergic reaction one makes so much fucking sense. It makes so much sense that him possibly having an allergic reaction to it. Poor Frenchie, he's allergic to cats, no wonder he's terrified. But I do like, I think I said it earlier, but I like... The thing Frenchie's most afraid of is what he made himself into, what he fears. To survive Blackbeard and to, like, attack and fight, he made himself into a cat. He had the claws, which he still has in episode 8, when he helps Izzy back to the ship, along with Ed. And he had blood all around his mouth. That's how fucking terrified. But, oh, I do love that. I love that fucking parallel. I love that parallel. His eyes would be puffy as he lets cats and shit. It'd be like sitting there like that, cuddling the cat and like eating the peanuts. Or eating a sandwich peanut paste. It's always... peanut butter is always going to be peanut paste now. It's always going to be peanut paste. I love that Yes! I can see that. I can see that. They've got those sweet... They've both... Con and his dog have both got those soulful eyes. They've got those deep eyes that you could just stare into for ages, haven't they? You could just sit there and just look into Con's, and his dog is so cute. Like, Con's hair is like a bit disheveled, but it's not messy, and his dog's kind of like that too. I love Con's hair. I love Con's hair. The colour of Con's hair is gorgeous. And his dog's so cute. But I do, yeah, I definitely get the Con. They are so cute. I've just realised that you first type lets the cat. But yeah, like he'd just be there with the pet and like cat going. Ah. Oh, there is so much that could have been done with the show. So much, but I do love so much of it as well. It's just episode 7 started. It's like it's all right, but not the best. And episode 8, potential. Just did not stick the landing whatsoever. Episode 8 should have been 3 episodes. It felt like it was the last 3 episodes just smushed. Oh, so much fucking potential. It is now 12:05 at night. We've been... I thought maybe I would manage to talk for half an hour. I've been talking for 2 hours. Doesn't surprise me I've got a sore throat tomorrow. 2 hours we've been talking for. This is crazy. Pet rats, if I get them again, something. Oh god, yeah. Like, I saw it on Tumblr. I say that and it's that. Me and my other half have thought about getting a dog. Because I've never had a pet. I've never owned a pet. I want one. It's such a cute dog. He's so cute. He got it on his Tumblr. He's so cute. Not his Tumblr's Instagram. But I think it was it's a screen cap of a YouTube thing. But it's a Frenchie. It's a French bulldog. So it's a Frenchie called Izzy. And I'm like, if I get a French bulldog, I'm calling it Izzy. It's a Frenchie called Izzy. 2 a.m. Oh my god, guys. You should be in bed. You need a little grey rat. Or if you get a little grey drowned cat. Or like a cat that's like covered in like wet. Because I saw somebody calling him like a drowned cat or something like that. He just looked like one in that, like when he comes out. Looking badass as hell. Get a cat, call it Izzy. Although that would be freaking hilarious. What? Jesus, guys. That's so late. Now I've started thinking about how long I've been flat out talking to. Like with my streaming, I stop sometimes. Because obviously I get focused on my game. I don't talk as much. I've been talking for 2 hours straight. My throat's starting to get scratchy. This is fun. It is fun. I don't know when my daughter's going to wake me up. My head is like, now I've started thinking about how late it is. My eyes are like, ugh. I think we might have to do this again, right? I think whether it's for the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials or whether we have a 6 p.m. I wish. Because of my daughter, I never thought I can now consider 7 a.m. a lie-in. 7 a.m.'s a lie-in for me now. Named him that after I watched the show. I knew he would have been named Izzy. Grumpy with a real heart of gold, really. Once you get to know him, he's wonderful. It would be so fun to do again. Maybe we could do another, just another random chatting one, whether it's about good omens, and this, or about something else. Do we pick a topic for each one, or do we just do a random hangout? And I put in the title of the stream, this is what we're talking about. So you will hear spoilers of this in this stream. I don't know. I would like to do it. I think I might do it for the Doctor Who specials. That'd be cool. I like the idea. I've never done it before. So I am really surprised it's lasted this long. Over 2 hours, but I think it'd be a really cool idea. And it's like an engagement thing as well. I like the idea of I see people doing it all the time, semi-regularly or regularly, maybe every weekend or every other weekend. That's true. Sometimes it's nice to talk about the weather, how freaking weird it gets cold and then it's hot and then it's cold and then it's hot, and it's making fucking sense. But I would love to do this again. I really like this on topic streams and just hangout streams. They're both. Hang on, there is a hang on, let me read. God damn it! Why has my chat bar got a little fucking heart in front of the end of that thing? Both seemed fun. Okay, I had to make sense because my little chat box on both the browser window and in OBS, I've got a heart over the top of the end of your sentence. I would love. Oh, Good Omens one would be fun. Maybe... Okay. I think I'm back. Okay, this is an improvement. Actually, when I do this usually, when that happens, my overlay disappears. My overlay did disappear this time. This is an improvement. But this happened. Okay, my music stopped. That's the kind of thing that happened. It's happened before. I think it's an error code or something like that. I've got no music. Yes, it's the non-sea witches. Ricky's in the chat. Where's Ricky? It's fucking Ricky. He's in there somewhere. Which one of you is Ricky? I'm watching you carefully now. Oh god, I think my music must have stopped. Hang on. Or is my... I've got no sound. Hang on. Oh, no, okay, because it did the whole thing. I think my other... Why have I got my throne wish list on there? I don't know why. I don't know fucking why. I think I copied and pasted it across or something like that. But, I think my other half said it was something like a little, like, there was an error code and he went in and looked at it and talked to his friend and stuff like that. It's fucking pain in the ass. I sent you a little some... Oh my god! You didn't have to. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Find Ricky. Yes, that's what we should call it now. Fucking find Ricky. You still have your nose. And as you can see, I'm not Ricky either. Met from wish list. Oh, you're really, really sweet. Thank you so much, Pearl. Oh. Okay. Look at my fucking chat bar. Still going across. We've gone down to the grey cat is a brat. You were really, really sweet, Pearl. Thank you. Everybody's been fucking amazing. Like, I'm surprised. Apparently, according to my streams... Okay. Streams... I can tell my stream's delayed because I've got to the frozen part. Let me just refresh. I think the thing's... Are we back? Because it's still frozen for me. Maybe refresh your browser, Victoria. If you refresh the browser, because it was frozen for me. I refreshed the browser. And it came back. Hang on, let me type that in. Apologies if you can hear my typing. You can hear my typing, I'm so sorry. And I've just typed that in just in case. Because sometimes it might freeze the sound. So I do apologise for that. You still have your nose, yes? I've got my nose. I'm not Ricky. I was hoping when he spoke, after we saw him with the fake nose, we'd hear some kind of like whistling or like sucking noise or some kind of to make him a little bit more unsettling. But that probably would have required more budget. And as we know, they squeezed so fucking much out of it. Ay. Like, I had that tech issue happen. I've still got 7 people in the chat. I don't have that many people. I've never had that many people on YouTube before at one time. And like, I've actually had more earlier. The Pinocchio. It's nice. It is really sweet. It's, oh God, yes. It is a lot, like, obviously I'd like to make a success of this, obviously. But you watch the bigger creators. I can't be in the chat of a big creator because the chat's just like that and you can't keep track. I don't know how people manage it. Because like you've seen me tonight, there's been times where I've had like to pause and go back. Hi Naomi, thank you so much for coming in. But yeah, like when my throat's starting to get hoarse because I've been talking for over 2 hours. I'm not used to this. But when the chat moves so freaking quickly, it's overwhelming. It's just so, I don't know how people manage it. Like, I struggled with this sometimes tonight. I'm shocked we've been doing this for 2.5 hours, 2.25 hours. It's crazy. And I'm just glad so far we've only had that one little issue and I could just refresh the camera on my OBS and the sound came back eventually and I refreshed the camera and it works. As long as you guys know that sometimes it happens and it will come back. I do want to get a PC at some point. It's just money issues. Money will be coming at some point where I can get a PC. It's just don't know when. Because it's all about probate and it's not inheritance per se because there was no will, but sale on my dad's house and stuff like that. But I will be getting a PC. I that's one, like, I was a bit unsure about, like, because, like, my talking before my reactions, I get paranoid about them being so long. Because, like, once I had somebody complain, like, or not complain, they said, if you didn't talk so much before your reactions, you might get more subscribers. I was like, okay, that might work for somebody, but I like, one, I recap a lot for myself before reaction. I've got to recap it in my head, so I just go on fun tangents. And I don't like cutting it out because I like it feeling more natural than choppy and fake and forced. I think having the natural flow of things, like my head goes off on tangents and stuff like that. I like that. I like having it being natural. I like imperfections in things. I think it helps. It really does help. But, my head it's 12:15 now. My head is starting to shut down. But I think we should make a plan for doing this again. I really do. Like, I don't know about maybe next weekend we do it, or maybe make it like, if we're going to possibly do another one for Our Flag Means Death, where that's the focus. Maybe we'll do that. If we're going to do another Our Flag Means Death one, maybe we do that next weekend. Like, same time next week type thing. And I'll try. I love listening to you talk before the reactions. It's so endearing. Oh, that's really sweet, Bumbleberry. Thank you. Like, I like showing when I make mistakes or when I forget stuff. Hey, I've done that too. I have skipped some as well. Like, sometimes I do because it's like I need to watch a reaction. Then a lot of time I will go back and watch their recap. I will go back and watch the thing. But I've definitely done it before. Like, I don't, like I've said recently in my recaps, if you've skipped all this, I don't care. If you want to skip, just go to the reaction. If you enjoyed part of it, that's all that matters. We could do like a retrospective for when everyone has been able to sit on the thoughts there. Like, I did this tonight instead of last night because I thought give more breathing room for people to think it over more. So maybe we do it this time next Saturday. Maybe. And then, like, we've really sat on our thoughts. More people, because I know, like, abnormally Adam hasn't got his reaction out for the finale. Louise Julie doesn't have their reaction out for the finale either. So, like, I like watching other people's reactions to things I watch, because then it helps you, like, adapt your opinion, develop your opinion and stuff like that. So maybe sitting on things for a week. All our views, well, I wouldn't say all our views would change, because I don't think many of us here tonight are going to change our view on Izzy. But we might see other points of views, and sometimes finding out the other points of views and, like, perspectives makes you go, okay, yeah, I can see that. So, like, maybe next week I'll make notes on what I want to talk about. And then maybe, I don't know what we'd do for a Good Omens one. I think maybe if we do another one of these, then next week, I'm late for this stream, but hopefully I'll be able to hear more on time. Oh, that's absolutely fine, Naomi. It was great having you come. The fact you came in at all was absolutely amazing. Thank you. It's really sweet. Keep seeing you in other comments and I'm trying to engage more. Like, sometimes, like with my own comments, you might see me. I'll reply to comments on all the comments on one video, all the comments, and then I won't do none on one video. And then I'll reply to comments. My head blocks on it. But I like commenting. I try to comment on other people's videos as well. I do try. Although I know, going through the beginning of her, like, I know there's probably a lot of things going on at the moment. But Louise Julie's fantastic. She's an Izzy fan as well. And Abnormally Adam's just so enthusiastic, and I like. He's got a different reaction style because he pauses it multiple times through the video to talk, instead of talking over it as much. And I like seeing that kind of reaction, which is like, I love the variation of reactions. Like, there's me, who talks a lot of random stuff, loves Izzy. There might be other people that don't talk as much beforehand that don't like Izzy. There's different styles of reactions for everyone. And I think that's what's great about reactions. You can, most of the time, find somebody who likes the same things as you. And, like, I'm glad last time I looked, there seems to be people starting season 1 again. I haven't seen... I need to start using Instagram again. Because I started putting my Twitch clips on there. But then it was just like, I was just getting so much shitty spam comments on there. And it was just so much mess. And plus, I am just... Like, even just uploading my Twitch clips to TikTok, I am months behind. Like, 10 months behind now. I just stopped. But, like, I would love to do clips from my reactions. But it's finding my brain power because of the way, like, I'm fairly certain I've got ADHD as well. I'm not diagnosed, but would, like, watching other, like, ADHD people talking about theirs and stuff like that, it's like, yeah. So, like, trying to get my head to do it is very difficult. It was because they saw my OFMD meme ranting about the finale. Oh, cool. I'm sorry, my head's getting reaction. I love the one that's kissing season 1. Like his reaction to Izzy topless was like, yes. I love Abnormally Adam. I love his reaction style. Like, I love watching Blind Wave. I love watching Previewed and Struggle Nation. I love seeing the different reaction styles. It's fantastic. There's only been 1 or 2 I can click through with watching their season 2 reactions. Like there's one that I didn't click with because their style just wasn't it for me. But they seem to be doing alright and that's great. I did watch their reaction to the finale. Just because I wanted to see more. I wanted to see people's reactions to the finale and it wasn't that. But I wouldn't subscribe to them, you know, because it's just not my reaction style. There's people for everyone. I've seen your reactions on YouTube. Oh dear. But yeah, like there is something for everyone on reactions. I think it's wonderful. Preview's amazing. Like, I've got a piece of their merchandise. I don't know where my hoodie is, but I've got a Hey Peaches hoodie, and I've got the mug that goes with it. I've got the Peaches mug, like from when they first did their merchandise, like the original versions. Like, because I was in the chat on their live stream when they announced them, and I literally went click straight, bam, bam, order. I couldn't stay after they talked about Izzy wanted this, and yeah, there's one, I don't know who they are, I'm not going to say names, because again, my opinion, other people like them, that's wonderful, they just weren't for me. But it's just like, they started talking about Izzy and laughing at certain things, I'm like, no, that's not me. And again, that's their opinion, they're allowed to, if they want to laugh, you don't have to agree with it, just click off, you don't need to go into somebody's chat and start insulting. It's just, you got to be nice and polite and respect opinions, and that's what I love. I've seen people in my chat, in the comments for the finale, saying they loved it, they thought it was perfectly written and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm so glad. I don't think I've replied to all of my comments for the finale. And there's one I don't think I've replied to that one I was talking about, or I'm picturing in my head. But my head's like, I'm glad they enjoyed it. Like, I might not have enjoyed all of it, but I'm glad they got enjoyment out of it, because that's what matters. Like, as long as someone's enjoying it, that's what matters. Because again, you got fan fiction. You got online role playing. You can come up with a story in your head, and you can, like, if you don't want to watch it anymore, you can just say that's how it ended. You don't have to see it. Someone started reacting to both. I got them recently. It's so fun to be jumping between them. Season 2 reaction. I love Blind Wave and Previewed. I think Previewed's kind of like that. I forget sometimes too, and I've been subscribed to them for a few years now. But they're brilliant. Blind Wave, I've including my previous personal account, which I don't use anymore. I've been watching Blind Wave since it was just Eric sat in a chair. I think it was the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or The Flash. Like, literally, I think since the first reaction video on the old channel. So, like, I've been watching them for so long. Steve was... yeah, that's fine. Like, I wouldn't say stupid, like, naive. And it's like some of the stuff is like, in episode 7, I was like, oh my god, Steve, how can you be so fucking stupid? But then walking it back is like going, I still don't fucking regret it, but I just still think what he did was stupid. But if you get look back on it again and like watch other people's opinions, you can look at it like, I get it. I get why he was like he was, but you still think it's fucking stupid. There was one. I'm honestly a little jealous of everyone who enjoyed it. I wish it hadn't ruined per season for me as much. I wouldn't say jealous. Like, I would love to have enjoyed the whole season, and like the finale had like, I'm glad other people did, but I just, because Izzy came to mean so much to me, because I just love Con so much, I couldn't. I am still holding out for season 3. Yeah, you can just like end it at episode 6 or episode 7, and just ignore that. And then when you know season 3 is coming, just before season 3 airs, you can try and get yourself to rewatch episode 8 to prepare yourself. Because I will react to episode. I'm gonna say it now. If you're still around, you can hold me to it. I'm going to react to season 3 because I'm still holding out hope that Buttons resurrects Izzy. But Con better be in it somehow. Like, I don't like the idea of him being a part of a figment of Ed's imagination, because then he's not technically Izzy. But I will take Con on the show however I can get him. I've been infected by Eric's... I do that too. Like, I'm literally, even if I don't actively do it, I picture him doing it, and Calvin doing it, and looking at Aaron like, I'm gonna fucking tease you with this. I do it too, yes. And well, I don't know how to feel about that finale. Oof. I don't know. I'm at a stage like, I don't hate the finale, because there was so much possibility out of it. It started off really good, but I don't love it either. And you guys know I hate a certain fucking aspect of it, because he should still be alive. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this again next weekend. Like, maybe we can. I keep meaning to open this bowl. But I think maybe we can like think up some things that we want to talk about. Like, if you guys think of things during the week that you can bring, like, you want to talk about, then obviously bring them up next weekend and stuff like that. Whether we want to. Yes, I've been like that through that too. Like, I can't for the Thursday, my Spotify hated me because it kept playing Ton's version of La Vie en Rose, the Edith Piaf, I think her name is, version, and also the Louis Armstrong version I think I've got on there. The English version I think I've got on there is that. It's like it just kept, I had my Spotify on random, it just kept fucking playing. It was like going, I can't listen to this today. And then it would play Woman's Worth. A Woman's Worth. Is it Woman's Worth or Woman's Work? I always forget. But it's just like, no. Ugh. But yeah, I think, we're definitely going to do this next weekend. I will try and make notes. And I'm going to say it now. I don't know if I'll get it edited this week, but definitely going to film a reaction to this week. I might not like it, because I'm not really a musical person or romantic comedy or whatever this is person. But it's a chance to hear Con singing, so I'm going to do it. Absolutely. Talk to you guys made me want to hold out for season 3. The finale had kind of killed how I felt, but because I've talked to people on Tumblr and watched the other reactions, it does help. Because again, I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to do, I thought about even considered doing this, because I thought getting other opinions, it just helps you think of your own, just your own thoughts, helps you develop it, and you watch another reaction and talk to somebody about it, and you're like, okay, that makes sense now. I hadn't thought about that aspect, or I didn't notice that little tidbit in the thing. That all makes sense to me now. I love that kind of thing with this time. Get myself a pizza. Cozy. I would get snacks, but because my microphone's so fucking sensitive at the moment, You'd probably hear me everything. I loved it when I watched it, but then I felt like it's an anticlimax now, or at least mishandled. It's this woman's work, yes. Oh, I listened to it non-stop. Oh my god. Like, that scene was beautifully emotional. And like, I liked the ridiculousness of him turning up in as a mermaid. But I liked it because it fitted with the ridiculousness in the show. And what made it even better is finding out that Reese actually fucking did that. Like, Taika actually got pulled back through the water with something like that, like attached to his body, and Reese actually did that with a mermaid tail that was made especially for him, which made me love that scene even fucking more. Like, it started off so strong. There's just so much potential, but then like online role playing, which I've started doing, fixing threads in online role playing, fixing the finale what I didn't like, and stuff like that. There's so like this, like if we don't get season 3, I'm still holding out for it. Ridiculous but emotional, exactly. Ridiculous and like emotional is just this show, because like Izzy having a golden unicorn leg is fucking ridiculous, but it's brilliant and it works. Like when he sat behind Steed's desk, and Steed comes in with the cursed suit, and he starts saying the curse is a curse, and Steed's like, oh fuck off. He lifts up his unicorn leg to fold, like cross his ankles over, and he's like, rude. It's fucking ridiculous. Because of the unicorn just makes it funny, but it fucking works. Oh god, don't get fucking brony. I watched the original My Little Pony. The original My Little Pony. I haven't watched the modern stuff. Either the current version or the previous version, but the original one. It has you laughing and crying at the same time. Exactly. That's what I love about this show. Or one of the things. Mermaid scene was all emotion. I was like, this is really yeah. It was just so fucking perfectly well done. It was ridiculous, but not too ridiculous. It was just that was so good. There were so many perfectly done parts of this season. So many perfectly parts. I'm getting tired. I'm stumbling over my words. Because it's now 25 to 1 in the morning. 25 to 1 in the morning. And I know it's 25 to 3 for some of you guys. You need to go to sleep. We need to go to sleep. Like, I might be up in a few hours. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm going to be a fucking mess right now, I think. I'm like, it is starting to hit me now. So I think I could talk for ages. Like, if I had energy, I could talk for hours about this show, and just talk about random crap, you guys, you know? The rude, I love that. Like, I love rude. Like, he could have said, oh, fuck off, or said, like, or called him as my mother. I'm not going to say the word, because it might get me kicked off of Twitch. Or not Twitch, no, that's Twitch, just YouTube. I almost said Spotify. But I would love, that would be brilliant, yes. But sleep, my brain and my body work 10 times faster, or work a lot harder than a lot of people. So like I constantly feel like I haven't slept in days. That's just my body's default. Even if I've had a like multiple hour long nap in the afternoon, I'm still knackered. But what was I saying? I've fucking forgotten. Shit. I've really fucking forgotten. Oh my god, that's going to piss me off. But yeah, I think we're going to do this next. I don't know if I'm talking about the same thing, because I've been all over the place, but I think we do this next weekend for this, and then maybe do a Good Omens one, but I think it would be a fun idea to do it for Doctor Who as well, the 60th. Speaking of, it's been a year now. I still haven't finished editing my reaction to the centenary, because it was when my laptop cut out and it created a mental block. But the rude comment, yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding my head. It's just where my brain works. What he called Ricky a syphilitic, as my mother would say, a see you next Tuesday. That's how my mum says it, because she don't like the word, I don't like it either, but it worked. Right? It freaking worked in there. It just, you would have thought he'd say something along those ones, but the fact he just shrugged and went, rude. It was just brilliant, and shows how much he's changed. He is so much different. My God, my chat bar along the bottom is so fucking delayed. I need to get that better for next Saturday, and I need to fix Stream Elements from cutting people out. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not, like, I wish I was doing all my reactions this week, but my brain needs a break, and plus now I need to fix my Stream Elements bot. I want to record my reaction to this, and I want to think about what I want to talk about next week. But I think it would be good to do have a week's retrospective of it. Maybe if we think of something, I'll jot it. If I think of something, I'll jot it down, like in a notes app or whatever. I love that too, and I like him going off. I like Steve going, oh, fuck off. Because I think I saw it on Tumblr. It might have been Twitter as well. But it was literally the cat and the, the meme of the cat and the woman pointing across and like that. Steve was the woman and Izzy was the cat. Like, the cat's like, just like, oh, I don't fucking know nothing. It was just that. Oh, God. Just thinking of that moment where he reads the note. Calling them clock suckers, as you said. I love that. Because you never know how Stream Elements might react with that. But oh my God, that was so perfectly acted. Like, that was I think that episode was the moment when I was like, yeah, he's my favourite. He's my absolute, that episode would, oh. And that episode is also why the fucking crew should have been more upset and they shouldn't have had the wedding so soon after the funeral. They really, he's their... I'm getting tired because I'm not going to stop giggling now. He's their duck. Yeah, I'm getting tired now, I can tell. Oh, dearie me. I've just realised my camera angle's reset as well when I open it up. Like, this is a different... Hang on a minute. Let's at least put this back. There we go. That's what it was like before. I'm so glad I've got that camera. Like, I could have had it on the set. I've got the setting turned off. If I did that, I've got the I forgot what it's fucking called. But it's the one where you could do, like, put your hand up like that, and if I had it turned on, it would literally follow me around. It's so great. But yeah, I can feel my throat's starting to get tickly because it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes of talking non-stop. I don't do this. Like, I don't even react to things this long. So, like, even then, like, and if I was reacting to something, I would have been so silent for all of it for this long. But I have absolutely 100% enjoyed tonight. I thought it maybe, possibly half an hour I would have lasted with this. I thought maybe my head would freeze. I wouldn't be able to talk about anything. I thought maybe nobody would turn up. I thought that. So it's like, it's insane that so many of you guys have tuned in. So many of you guys have been talking with me for so long about the fucking show. It's crazy. Because apparently I've still got, like, well, I've got my stream manager open. Apparently it's one part saying concurrent viewers is 8, one part saying concurrent viewers is 7. That's insane. Having either of those numbers for me is incredible. It was so fun, Nahum. It was absolutely amazing. Just sitting here, just talk. Like, I get the appeal of doing Hangout streams now. They were never for me. This is my first time ever doing one. Maybe I should... I don't drink, like, hot tea and stuff like that. But, you know what I remembered? I've got... These are, like, Jakeman's... Hang on, sorry if you can hear the rustling. I just seen these over there. These help with my throat. No point in having it now because I'm ending. But they help. But yeah, tonight has been insane. This was absolutely amazing, Bumbleberry. But yeah, I am actually really looking. I was so anxious about doing tonight, but I'm actually really looking forward to doing it again. And like, I'm fairly certain that I will do Doctor Who ones now. I think doing this kind of thing, whenever I do a live, like if I'm not reacting to a show live, as it were, because currently, apart from this show, I might have to put another like show off of HBO Max or something like that to fill the slot on a Thursday, because at the moment I'm not live reacting to a show as it airs type thing, because I've got classic Doctor Who, What We Do in the Shadows, because I'm on season 2, Red Dwarf season 2, no, season 3, yeah, I'm on season 3, shit, I forgot about that, and Blake 7 and The Good Place. None of those are live, so it would be really nice to maybe find something out, but it has been therapeutic. I think this kind of thing is really interesting, and like, I think it'll work for Doctor Who as well. But yeah, I definitely want to do next week. I'm not gonna schedule it now because I'm too fucking tired. I want to go to bed. But tomorrow I will do my best to remember to schedule it. I will do my best because I do want to do this next week, and I think I will start it at 10 again, or I'd say 10 p.m. because it's now, well, it's 1:45 in the morning here. I think clocks go back, don't they? Shit. Fuck, I'm gonna less sleep, more sleep. I don't fucking know. But I think maybe about the 10 p.m. I think it's GMT +1. Okay, so the same starting time next week. I think it's a nice, like, and if it goes on for this long, it's great. If it's a shorter one next week, because we've already talked about it a bit, that's fine too. We can just, like, I don't have to say what amount of time we're going to talk for. I like that. Because like, my gaming streams, I do it for 3 hours. Unless my head's hurting or anything like that. So like, this would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, I would love it if you guys came back next week. This has been awesome. And yeah, thank you for the throne gift as well. I'm looking forward to that. I can't believe that. That's only my second time I've ever received. I've received one gift before on my throne, my Twitch, which is a Twitch account thing. And I've received 2 DVDs off my Amazon wish list, both Doctor Who ones. So that's crazy. I'm almost at the second one of those, actually, to be honest. But yeah, that was absolutely really amazing and sweet, and I'm so grateful for that. And everything tonight has been awesome. And it's going to be interesting to see if any of our opinions on things like that of the show will change by next week. Will we notice more things by next week? We shall see. But yeah, good night, Bumblebee. Good night, everyone. I'm so looking forward to next week. I don't know if my stream deck button's going to work. So you might see me pause and then not. But because of the reset thingy, it might go weird. So you might see me tap. I don't know. I don't know if the overlay is going to work either. So it might end up being a black screen. Fingers crossed it won't happen next week, but we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoyed tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm so excited to see you all again next week. I'm really excited. Thank you, guys. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. This works now. Yeah. Bye, guys.